All right, here we go. Live back here, a row one, seat one. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of technical difficulties there to kick the show off. Apparently, the computer just decided to do whatever the fuck it wanted to do there for a few minutes, and everything was different. So, welcome, everybody. Row one, seat one, live here. I'm Joey Fats, Mr. Sean Betancourt, Darkness in the building here on this
have you?
glorious
Snowy
evening,
Tuesday.
snowy Tuesday evening.
Man, what a shit night.
I mean,
It's supposed to turn to rain, isn't it?
Let's see. So, no audio again?
What?
I can hear you just fine.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Is somebody saying we don't have audio?
No, I have. Jeff just said it's better.
Thanks, Fro.
Oh, yeah, no, you know what it was? It was the,
name's
for whatever reason, that fucking intro video never fucking plays the audio on this thing. It's pissing me the fuck off. But anyway, as long as you can hear us talking, that's all I care about. The rest of it is, the rest of that is whatever. Okay, good. Now we're good. All right, everybody. So, favor for all of you to ask, a favor to ask of all of you tonight. I know we ask you to like and share the video every single week, but it's extra important that you do it this week because we don't have access to be live on New Bedford Guide, which is obviously our primary platform that we've been using for the last year and a half, because I got put in Facebook jail.
Haha, tell him why.
Yes, and apparently, obviously, everybody has been well aware of the constant changes with Facebook and their live and all the nonsensical things that they've been changing in terms of service and what you can and can't get your account suspended for. So I was suspended because I made a post that went against their that they claimed it was harassment and bullying.
And what was this post you speak of?
And the post I was suspended for 3 days, just 3 days, just a 3-day vacation. So it's still on the minor side of things. People like Nick
Only
and
72
Tink.
hours. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a slight ban.
A slight ban, but it's just a very inopportune time. I was suspended for 3 days for saying Kong is a bitch.
Referring to King Kong?
Referring to the
fake
fictional gorilla that is going to be fighting Godzilla.
No, it makes
gorilla.
sense. It makes total sense.
I thought he was talking about the dog from like the 60s and 70s, Hong Kong Phooey.
No.
Yeah, no, Bingo wasn't his name.
No, so I got suspended for 3 days for saying Kong is a bitch, which apparently now is bullying. Apparently you can bully fictional characters that don't actually exist.
You can actually. It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, this is this going to be some sort of new like LGBTQT
Or is
LMNOP RST thing?
Is
like,
Facebook putting you in your place for actually talking trash about King Kong?
I mean, it could be.
I mean, maybe Zuck the Cuck is a big King Kong fan, and he
He's
doesn't,
like,
you know.
Screw Godzilla!
So yeah,
We can
it's
talk about that later tonight, though.
Yes,
I saw
we'll
that
get
trailer
to
and I was not like.
Trash.
Listen, I'm still gonna watch it, of course, because I have HBO Max now. Because,
Yes.
dude, HBO Max is
With
the
all
way
the
to
free
go.
movies?
Sorry, it is.
HBO Max. I've got a different thing. Jared turned me on to on Saturday,
Pornhub?
and I got it's just a new Fire Stick thing.
Okay.
So I'll let you know how it is. It's a paid subscription. Like it's legit. It's not like
Yeah,
stealing.
it's like
it's
the
not.
HBO
I got
Max.
you. It's
Yeah.
not stealing. You know.
It's not totally stealing. But no, I think I'm going the same way, dude. I think I'm doing Disney. I already have Disney Plus.
Is
I think
I
I'm just going to
already
get HBO Max in this new thing, and I'm going to cancel DirecTV. And it's like,
Dude, HBO, we talked about it off air
Yes.
weeks ago when WB releases things into the theater for the whole year of 2021.
for the month. So
Yeah,
whatever
Suicide
month it
Squad
comes out, yeah.
Suicide Squad 2's coming out. Same day it's coming out on HBO Max.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
badass.
Wonder Woman came out. It came out for a month. Now
Wonder
the
Woman-
the Denzel movie.
Wonder
for a
Woman
month.
straight to DVD. That would probably deserve display.
I agree.
Wonder
Trash.
Woman
Boring
was-
as shit.
Trash.
oh my god, a boring Marvel movie? No,
It's not
No, that
Marvel.
was DC.
Oh, even worse. Same idea.
Yeah, but get the fuck
It's
out.
the same cookie cutter concepts.
Nah.
She's a god.
It's why it's kind of why like Transformers started to be like lame after a while because you're like, okay, here we go.
Because it's literally just Michael Bay just making
It's
explosions.
just the same movie over and over again, but they're like, whoa, but look at this Transformer. Now they're dinosaurs, and now they're in outer space again. It's like, okay, all right, never mind. And they, the only thing that was nice about Transformers was they always had a nice hot chick in it.
There it was.
So you're like, all right,
Shameless.
all right, whatever. Like, there we go. At least there's like Megan Fox was good to look at. I mean, granted, the first one was awesome. Like the first time you see Optimus Prime transform, it was like,
You heard, dude. The first time I heard the noise, it was like,
yeah, it was cool.
What it's just
wow.
it was,
I want you to do that again.
it was just the
Joey, mark that. What's
No,
the time
it was
right
just
there?
the guy-
That's Sean.
it was just the guy in the background going "Gah, gah, gah, gah."
Yeah. No, you don't say that part. So anyway, Joey Pads Radio, 774-992-8702. Give us a call. We want to hear about you. We're going to get into The Chiefs and the Bills. We'll get into the Bucks and the Packers. Obviously, all the action from championship weekend. We'll talk about the quarterback carousel. That is going to be, I think, unlike any we've ever seen
It's gonna be nuts.
in an
Super
NFL
active.
offseason. It's going to be
17 quarterbacks. I'm just guessing.
It's going to be sweet. We'll dive into
Including
the
rooks, yes.
MLB, not
conforming.
not confirming anybody to the Hall of Fame for the first time since 2013.
Good.
So the top three vote getters: Kurt Schilling, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens. None of them going to the Hall of Fame this year. Which
Well,
is
see, now
that's so
absolutely
fucked up.
fucking
Schilling
ludicrous.
is such an anomaly because he's like, last year he was like fucking 20 votes away. And now they're like,
No, he's hated.
yeah, no, wait. They were like, you tweeted about Trump. Yeah, that's a no from me,
And
dog.
he called Muslims like the same as like Nazis or something
Something
like
like
that.
No, he made a comment about how somebody said like, oh well, only like 6% of the Muslims are extremists or believe in like the jihad whatever.
Yeah.
thing.
It's just Schilling being
And
Schilling.
he said,
like, I mean,
yeah, only 6% of Germans in the 30s were Nazis too. So he
gotcha.
compared him to Nazis, and everybody was like outraged. And it's like, what? He's just stating a fact.
You know, I had a huge problem. I liked Schilling to watch him.
Yes.
I fucking couldn't stand when the dude talked. The dude would just like
Oh, he was a blowhard.
he always was like
huge.
he was the smartest guy in the dude. He's like, oh, if I build a gaming company, it'd be like the greatest game ever. That game was dog shit.
Yeah, and then didn't he like scam a bunch of
he
people
scammed
too?
all
It was
kinds of
all of
money
Rhode
out of that.
Island.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
scammed
right.
all
He
kinds of
scammed all
money.
of Rhode Island, right?
Dude, it
Yeah,
was like,
exactly.
what, like $30-something million or something like that?
Oh, it was $30 million that he scammed them from, but
That's
it
what
was
I'm
like it was like $100 and something million at first.
Yeah.
So so like I said, if everybody can go ahead and like and share this post for us,
Share.
yeah, because we're missing
Yeah,
about.
can you please share us tonight? Because Joey got banned for talking about King Kong
So we're
beating
just
Godzilla.
trying to, throttle it. Let's go.
I can't imagine. It's like of all the things I've said in the last 5 months,
Hey,
6 months.
Drew, call in and let's talk about Royal Rumble Live. You will have an active
Oh,
participant.
absolutely. We'll talk about Royal Rumble. Fuck,
Fuck
yeah.
yes.
I have no idea what
Sean
what
just
the
went 6 to
matchups are.
midnight.
I have no idea what's going on. I haven't looked
It's
at
the
it at
Royal
all.
Rumble. Who cares?
Right, but there's all sorts of other cool shit going on. I'm sure, not just the
There's
Royal
title
Rumble.
matches. There's all. Oh,
Yeah.
no, there's no title match because this is for the WrestleMania, right?
No, it's McIntyre versus Goldberg.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Is there fans?
Goldberg.
No. Yeah. See, that puts a damper on things.
WrestleMania will have fans. They already confirmed it.
Go-
It's gonna
as
be
they
at
should.
Tampa.
As they should.
Tampa's
The Super
just
Bowl's
rocking out this
the
year.
Super Bowl's going to have like what they
Super.
Super Bowl.
15,000 people, 18,000
Doesn't
people.
Shuba mean sucky in
Super
Portuguese?
Bowl.
Yeah,
The
suck.
sucky bowl.
It's the Super
Sucky
Bowl.
Bowl. Well, I mean, Joey might have the theme there. Like he just hates the Super Bowl.
Does it? What was it? 15 or 18,000 they're going to have at the Super Bowl, and the NFL is allowing
30?
they're allowing each city to send like 50 or 500 vaccinated first responders.
Same thing as the Hunger Games. You send like your poorest people out there to get killed.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? That's
May
what
the
this is.
odds
That's what we're going. That's where we're going
have
with this, right?
Katniss going out there.
Isn't that how Hunger Games started? Because they attacked the Capitol and
Actually, this is all coming back to Hunger Games.
see.
In the middle of it, you're just gonna see Tom Brady go, "That boy has to die," and the kid's like, "Oh!" just falls out of the stage.
No, little Timmy.
And it's like he's like, well, no, that one. I want to kiss that one on the mouth first, but
You are such a homo.
Not as much as him.
not as much as Tom Brady apparently. But anyway, so let's dive right into the NFL action from this weekend because we'll get into that. We'll get we got some other stuff too. We'll talk about as the show moseys on. We will talk a little
Major announcement
Godzilla,
tonight as well.
Godzilla King Kong later
Major
on.
announcement later on tonight. Top of the hour. Major.
Top of the hour, major announcement. All right, so like I said, make sure you like and share this page if you haven't done so already. If you have, thank you very much. Continued support, we love it. So let's dive into the biggest story of the weekend, which is Tom Brady's going to his now 10th Super Bowl. He becomes the fourth quarterback in NFL history to take two teams to a Super Bowl, joining Peyton Manning, Kurt Warner, and Craig Morton.
Wow. Yeah, Craig Moore.
Greg Morton, the forgotten of all those.
Right?
Yeah, for real, right?
People
Like
forget, like when he got
talk
to,
about him,
when,
and you're like, who?
when he got to Denver that year, they lost it. They were losing to Dallas. He had like no knees left. Like he was banged up. But anyhow, so
Greg.
that game. Let's talk about that game first because there's two kind of angles that I want to get into with that one. One is obviously Brady goes to the Super Bowl with the Bucks. Despite somehow, like, again, I swear, there is a horseshoe firmly inserted into Tom Brady's ass. Because only Tom
so
Brady...
high up, it's at the lips. Right
Only
before he
Tom
kisses
Brady
his
can get to the
You are such a
can
piece
get
of
to the
shit.
playoffs, look like absolute dog shit for 3 games, and be like, oh, here we are. I'm in the Super Bowl again. Okay.
Well,
I mean, it's very end of the Patriots time-esque, is it not? How great was his last 3 playoff runs with the Patriots?
besides last year, they were pretty great.
They went to two. They won two out of 3 Super Bowls.
But did he look good getting there? Was the Super Bowl against the Rams a good Super Bowl?
No.
Like I mean.
Oh, offensively, no.
No, I'm saying. I'm not saying the team. Brady.
He played well against Kansas City the week before.
One finger blade
Really?
off the
He
offside.
threw 3 interceptions in that game too.
Yeah,
Sucks to
Well,
suck.
2 on the stat sheet, but 3 if you. Here's the thing: Tom Brady has gotten to the when Brady gets in the AC championships lately, he's been a turnover machine, which is not characteristic, like not what you think of when you think of Brady. 3 interceptions this year.
He could have had 4.
He threw 3 interceptions in Denver in 2015.
I think he's 27 and 17. I think he's 27 touchdowns to 17 turnovers in championship games.
Yeah, but I'm going to say those 17 turnovers within the last 5 years.
Last 6 to 7.
I can say there's 2 games he's thrown 6 that I can think of off the top of my head. I forget what he did against the Jags, but I feel like he had at least 1.
He threw 1 against the Jags.
Are you sure?
I'm not positive on that actually, but then
no. That was.
But then Kansas City, he looked like crap, even though they won. He didn't look good.
He didn't look terrible. He wasn't the reason why they would have.
He made the plays they needed to make
That's
at the end of the game.
Always what he does.
But it was not a pretty game.
And it came back to fucking bite me in the ass. And I wrote that fucking article. And like the first. No, not that
Part
one.
2?
The Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah.
And then I wrote that in like the first 2 weeks, and I said like, there's no way. It's a brand new team. It's never been done of a guy going from the like and literally in the off season of like you can't beat anybody, you can't do shit, even with a super team. I'm like, there's no way. And then he makes the playoffs. I'm like, whatever. He makes the playoffs. The team looks kind of weak down the stretch anyway. And then they win these 2 games, and I'm like, there's no way he's beating Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is definitely. They're going to win this year. It was his FU year. They drafted a quarterback. Everything was lined up for Rodgers, and he knew it too. Because Rodgers, like everything I saw was like he was livid at the end of that game. Like he was cussing out referees, and he was just like, "I'm fucking out of here."
Oh yeah.
I saw.
He was bitching
done.
out the refs. Yeah. So let's start there with the Aaron Rodgers thing because we have 2 weeks to talk about Tom Brady. I really don't need to sit here and lament why the Bucs are even here. It's beyond fascinating how they've managed to get to where they're at with the coach they have, the supporting cast they have, and Brady just seemingly throwing interceptions like he's giving out candy.
It was only in the second half too. I heard Brady in the first half was phenomenal.
Well,
he was better.
He wasn't phenomenal. It just there was a couple third down throws that he made that were big time third down. The first one, there was 3rd and 9. He hit Mike Evans. He dropped it in the bucket. That was pretty sweet. But then there was another one like a screen pass to Godwin on 3rd and 14, and he just weasels his way up the field and converts.
I mean, he had a few throws in the first half. Like he overthrew Evans on
but
a
he
couple,
was missing first and second down. He was missing throws.
It wasn't he missed to a spot where he was going to get in trouble for it, but it was just a missed conversion or a missed attempt. Like,
he did not look good. If anybody watched that game and thought Brady looked good outside of maybe like 5 or 6 throws, they're just lying to themselves, or they're a fanboy and they're lying because they can't, because God forbid Tom Brady can't have a bad game. Oh God, no. But he hasn't looked good this whole postseason. Yet here the Bucs are just winning close games and eking teams out. Now the big story of the day, obviously, was Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers, and I wrote an article on this. You can find it on row1seat1.com. That basically goes through A-Rod's legacy now and where he stands. I won't, divulge the whole article here. But you can read it. There's a lot more detail in it and things like that we'll go into. But Aaron Rodgers coming into Sunday, he was 1-4.
Yeah, he wasn't good.
1-3 in his previous 4 NFC Championship games.
The one time being when he won the Super Bowl.
And right. And do you remember who the quarterback of the Bears was the year that they won?
Wasn't that?
Was it Kyle Orton?
Nope.
No. It was still Grossman, wasn't it?
Nope.
It was not Sexy Rexy.
What year was that? 11?
2010.
10.
I don't even know. Who was it?
Jay Cutler.
It was Jay Cutler.
Yep.
Shut the
I forgot it was 2010.
However, Jay Cutler did not play that game.
He wasn't
because he got hurt.
Yep.
And Caleb Haney came in. And the Packers eked that game out 21-14. If it wasn't for B.J. Raji with the pick 6 late in that game.
Oh, give it to him, B.J.
That was going to be a tight game for the Packers. So Rodgers has not had a great. I mean, he lost to the Seahawks in 2014, the year of the onside kick and all that nonsense, which was just stupid. They lost to Atlanta the year that Atlanta went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Patriots, and then they lost last year to the Niners. Okay, so losing in Seattle in an NFC Championship game after with the Legion of Boom and that team. Yeah. All right,
gotcha.
I mean, the good news is they lost to people that won the Super Bowl besides the Niners.
Yes, they lost to because the Seahawks lost. The Seahawks lost, the Falcons lost, and the Niners lost.
That was the Patriots.
They've lost every team they've lost to in the championship game has lost the Super Bowl, which bodes well for the Chiefs, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. But A-Rod had a rough afternoon, and I don't know what this does legacy-wise for Aaron Rodgers, but it's not good because you're going to have a tough time. We look at him and we see one of the best throwers of a football ever to play the game. I outline it in the article. There's throws this guy has made in his career that no other quarterback, maybe outside of Pat Mahomes, could even dream of making.
The extension of plays.
He does the flick of the wrist bullshit.
Yes.
Where it just makes it look so seamless. Like, oh, I could go outside and do that.
Dallas, he scrambled 15, 16 yards on
against the grain.
Against the grain, and he was just like.
How many times have you watched Aaron Rodgers play and he looks so effortlessly whipping that ball? You're like, I can go outside and do that. You go outside and look like Brucey from The Longest Yard. Hey! And you throw it and it hits like a fucking cat in the next yard.
Let me get you a cheeseburger for that.
Oh my God.
So A-Rod had a rough game, but
the interception that he threw. The one thing I could pick apart from A-Rod, that interception that he threw, like he knows not to throw that ball.
That wasn't bad. It was just behind. He just threw it behind.
It was behind, but he was pressured.
And it was a nice snatch, too. That was actually, I think was that Murphy Bunting?
That's a beautiful snatch.
Snatched that ball out of the air. It really was.
That's a ball that Aaron Rodgers usually doesn't try to force.
But he also usually doesn't throw it that far behind his intended target either. So, but when you had the problem with the Packers had was they couldn't keep Jason Pierre-Paul and Shaq Barrett out of the backfield.
Nope.
Vita V coming back.
Bakhtiari was missed.
Bakhtiari, well, he was, and he's been missed, and that was a big injury when he got hurt a couple weeks ago. But I think it was Wagner and Turner were the two other tackles, and they just got beat up. You know, Jason Pierre-Paul is a savvy pass rusher, and I love watching Jason Pierre-Paul play. I'm a huge pass rush guy. I love watching, outstanding pass rushers do their thing. He had just a field day. Obviously, Shaq Barrett, Denver Bronco, great, 2015,
shameless
Super Bowl champion. Those two guys know how to get after the quarterback. They got to Rodgers 5 times. That tied Rodgers most times he's been sacked all year.
Yep.
That's a bad day. And we talked about it before the show. Aaron Jones getting hurt is one thing, but you can't put it on that because they still were able to run the ball.
A.J. Dillon looked great. So did Williams.
A.J. Dillon is a horse.
But him and Williams splitting the carries. Like there was at one point where Dillon ripped off 3 runs of 8 yards or more in a row, consecutive runs, and you're like, all right, now you passed the ball 6 consecutive plays. Why?
Special needs.
Yeah, well, I mean, and we'll get into that later on about the coaching, but Aaron didn't look comfortable that entire game.
He didn't, but there were still opportunities for him to win that game. And when you look at the big story of the game, the story of the game was points off turnovers. You had the fumble and the interception in the first half by the Packers that gave the Bucs 14 points. The Packers then turned the ball over. They got 3 turnovers of their own. They only came up with 6 points. There's your game right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the missed 2-point conversion by Lizard Lazard.
When he just dropped it.
Dropped it. Well, Jason Pierre-Paul tipped it. Yeah, it was in
Hit
both
him in the
of his
fucking hands, dude.
Literally, he
just whiffed. He whiffed. Let's call it what it is. He whiffed.
Terrible.
I mean, I love the Lizard King. He was kind of my underdog going in. I was watching.
And he had a decent game besides that.
Yeah, I was watching the game with my brother, and I said, "Watch, they're going to give all this attention to Devontae Adams. And watch out for the Lizard King." And he wanted Scantling.
Marquez Scantling.
Yeah, my brother wanted him to blow up. I wanted the Lizard King.
The state of Wisconsin hates that guy.
Yeah, but he flies, man. He
flies,
burner.
But hey, people shit talk him, and he's like, fuck this town.
He's the Aguilar of the Packers. It's like, hey, out here catching everything except for Nelson Aguilar.
So the big thing with this game though was that you had guys that came in. The Packers didn't lose because they didn't have opportunities. They had plenty of opportunities. The problem was they didn't seize any of the gifts that Brady had so graciously given them. Like the fourth quarter was like, we don't want to win. Nah, we don't want to win, but we really don't want to win.
Yeah.
Neither do we. And they were basically giving the ball back and forth to each other, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you get down to the Packers' final drive. You've got 1st and goal at the 8. You're thinking like, okay, this game's getting tied up. They've got 3 timeouts left. They're going to be able to stop the Bucs. They'll get a punt. Aaron Rodgers is going to drive them down, get in field goal range. They're going to kick their way to the Super Bowl, punch their ticket, and we're going to get Rodgers and Mahomes in the Super Bowl, and it's going to be an awesome day. Or we didn't know at that point Rodgers and Allen, Rodgers and Mahomes, whatever. It's going to be Rodgers. We assumed Rodgers, Mahomes.
I knew.
I mean, I picked the Chiefs, so
go fuck yourself.
But
it was an easy game.
We'll get there.
Then they get down first and 8. I think it was what, 2 incompletions, and then on 3rd down and 8, Rodgers had what looked like a wide
Oh my
open
God, he
lane
could
to the end zone.
How
Like
many
he could have
times-
walked in
If not, he could have got to like the 3 or 4.
and given themselves
Given
a
him a-
chance at.
But
A
how many
close.
times you see Aaron Rodgers extend the play like that and be like, "Oh, I have this," and just scamper in a very slow fashion into the end zone?
You would still think with the Super Bowl potentially on the line that
do
Aaron
that.
Rodgers is going to sacrifice the body and go for the goal line, even knowing that he might get it, or at least if you come up short. Now you're only
You're on the
looking at
1,
2
2
yards.
yard
You're on the
line.
1, 2
Yeah.
yard line, whatever.
Right.
And now you're, and it just. It was very uncharacteristic because then he tries throwing back across his body in the middle of the field to a very contested. I want to say it was Devontae Adams. He threw it to. It was a highly contested.
Well, there was 2 wide receivers in there.
Yeah,
but
there
it
was just
way
there was
over
just-
Adams'
it
head.
was a really low percentage, throw. It gets batted down, and that's it. And then becomes the fucking most head scratching call I have seen in the NFL since Pete Carroll decided not to hand the ball off to Marshawn Lynch.
I'll give you that.
Why in the fuck is Matt LaFleur trotting out his kicker to cut the lead down to 5?
And give Brady the ball.
And give Brady the ball back. You really haven't. Now, I know you'd gotten 3 interceptions off him in the second half, but you really struggled on 3rd down. Like, you're really taking a risk here on burning all 3 of your timeouts. And even if you don't get it, say you don't, what's the difference between being down 5 and 8?
I don't know.
Like, there's no
And
point
if you don't
to
get
doing
it,
that.
they're on the fucking 7-yard line.
Right, you're putting them in shit field position.
Plus, if you notice, the past 2 drives before that happened, Tampa Bay was starting to run the ball on the Packers. You got to know they're just going to sit there and run the ball.
Dude,
if they get one hole, the game's
Best
over.
case scenario, you're gonna burn all 3 of your timeouts. Like, well, it was on the other side of the 2-minute warnings. We had the 4th timeout. Like, get the fuck out of here with your 4th timeout, dude. It's 4th and 8. You have Aaron fucking Rodgers. Put the ball in his hand one more time and see if you can let him punch it in. Like, I don't even understand where this concept was, and that's where I felt like Matt LaFleur came out and just completely snatched any possibility of Aaron Rodgers expanding his legacy and really cementing himself as one of the greats. Because if he finds the end zone on that 4th and 8 and puts it in and ties that game up, and they end
Legend.
up winning that game, it's
First
holy
of all,
shit. You can't
Even
kill
if
him.
they lose the game, he already.
The few thousand people that are there lose their goddamn minds, and that place sounds like it's like filled. And then you're talking about Rodgers beating Brady and Brady's legacy that's been like shoved down his throat all week of like, bro, Brady goes to every Super Bowl he's in,
This
and
could be Rodgers being like, yeah, well, he went
And
to Super
Rodgers
because
like-
he didn't face me.
Rodgers is like, suck an egg, bitch, and he like throws it in the touchdown, and you have to get the 2-point conversion, of
Nah,
course.
I'm
Suck an egg,
I'm
bitch.
gonna throw a spin on this.
I'm gonna
Something-
teach your
something that
grandmother
we
to
didn't
suck
talk
eggs.
about. And this goes back to the play previously where we all agreed, even though you weren't watching the fucking game.
I was watching it.
Yeah, you watch your eyelids, motherfucker. Even though Joey and I agreed he could have probably ran that in for a touchdown, do you not think Aaron Rodgers was like, you know what? Fuck Green Bay. I'm not doing it. I'm
No.
out, and
No.
I'm not hurting
Not in
myself.
that
No.
moment, no.
I don't know, man.
Absolutely
no,
not.
in that. No, because I get what you're saying, and that's
But like, think
and
about it.
that's
If,
a
you're,
good.
if going into this game,
good
if you-
foreshadowing,
if
but-
you know you're done with this fucking shit, and LaFleur is just ramming bullshit down your throat all week long, you're like, you know what?
But he
no, I'm
didn't.
not gonna fucking do it
But he-
because
he didn't.
I need to move on from here and say fuck Green Bay and have my second half of my career at 37 years old.
Dude, this was his. That was that. That's what this was.
Right, this was his
What,
point.
LaFleur or
No,
Because-
the
or
whole
Aaron
season.
Rodgers?
Whole season, he wanted to be like,
yeah, no, it was
you
F
drafted you the night of the draft.
Quarterback.
we all sat
were,
here
We were there for 4 hours.
and we were baffled.
No,
baffled.
he said it himself. He went on like some radio show and he's like, he has a scotch in his hand.
Yeah,
he goes,
legit.
He goes, I guess I have competition.
Yep.
And then he says he's not going to hold it against Jordan Love, and he goes, it's nothing against the kid, and he goes, I'll teach him what I can, but he goes, okay.
And then remember, he was like, I am not a mentor.
But he's not. They could have got
The Big
think of-
Ben thing, I am
Think
not
of
a
how
mentor.
many.
That's what Brett Favre told Aaron Rodgers too.
Think of how many guys came out
And then
this
a year
year.
later, they were like, Brett, show the boy.
They could have T. Higgins. They could have had. Now I'm
Well,
gonna
that
drop
was,
blank.
what, 24?
Yeah, they could have had tons of guys
When
to
did
help.
Jefferson go?
18.
22.
No, he was before.
22.
He was
He was
22.
before.
He was
yeah,
Vikings.
Right, he was before.
He
But
was
T. Higgins
before.
went later in the
I was
round.
just trying
The
to think
Packers
about it.
drafted, but
T.
yeah.
Higgins was round 2. That was the first pick of the Bengals for round 2.
But you could have had him there.
Right, you could have
went
gotten him a
after that
second
too,
wide
didn't he?
receiver. You could have gotten him a running back. You could have gotten him an offensive tackle,
Could
some
have got
depth.
him anybody
A
besides
defensive
a backup
playmaker,
quarterback.
anyone, literally anyone. And you literally throw away the pick, and I make a point of that in the article that Green Bay just makes the most head-scratching draft picks of all time. Like, you just never understand. Like, when Green Bay drafts a guy, you're like, huh? Like, I feel like, especially when it was like Ted Thompson, like, they were just, every year you were like, wow. Like, can you take any less of it? Like, I'm not saying you got to take the sexiest pick on the board, but at least try.
Well, something that at least could help.
Right, or at least, you don't.
Not something that does nothing for you.
Right, you don't reach for a guard nobody's heard of at the end of the first, with the 28th overall pick.
But most importantly, when you have a franchise quarterback, you don't take a backup quarterback in the first round.
Right.
And that was a big, like, oh, we think he's aging, so we're going to take it because we know his contract status. And that was an overthought, and LaFleur talked about how much he loved working out Jordan Love, and that was a huge thing. And should we just... The elephant in the room is, immediately after that game, what were the first comments that Aaron Rodgers made to the media?
Well, he said, many people's futures are unclear, and
including mine.
Including mine. So
we'll
see what the future brings.
As telling as possible.
So I'm glad you brought that up, because that's kind of the next. That was what I wanted to segue into here. What is Aaron Rodgers' future, and is it with the Green Bay Packers? Because he left the door wide open.
What's his contract left? What does he have left on his contract? Is it 2 years remaining?
2 years,
probably
I believe.
2 years.
And he's what, like $30 million a year?
No, I think he's like 35 to 37 a year.
Even still, I don't think he's that high. Actually,
the cap hit isn't. I'll check in a second.
Google it.
I don't think he's that high. I want to say he's around like 30, 32.
So I found out, which broke my heart, that Matt Stafford, a lot of his money can get moved if he gets traded.
Yep.
So it's not 9 and 12, it's 20 and 22, and I'm like, you fucking massive.
So
I was
what does
so
that
pissed.
mean, Sean?
I'm not as crazy about it anymore.
All right, so for 2021, Aaron Rodgers his base salary is 15, signing bonus another 11.5, roster bonus 6.8. So his total cap hit comes to $37 million.
Oh, good job, Sean.
And then 39 next year, and then it drops down 28 the following year.
Oh my ass.
But if you trade,
So, Sean,
if you're trading for Aaron Rodgers, you're obviously going to restructure that contract to get it a little bit less top heavy.
Wait, he's 37, isn't he?
Yeah, but you're
Okay,
going to
yeah,
give him.
He's turning 37, right? Or
No,
did he
he's
just
already
turn-
37.
He is already 37. He's 37 years. He turned 37 55 days ago, actually.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he just turned 37.
But you're look.
Damn! Imagine if we were that age making
But
that
can
kind of
you-
money. Fuck.
Now the Packers CEO, president CEO, whatever, Mark Murphy came out and said, "We're not idiots. Aaron Rodgers will be our quarterback. He's our leader."
Yeah.
Now,
Apparently, he's not the leader.
that's a lot of window dressing, I think, because I think everybody knows it's real. Like, what do you do now if you're the Packers? Aaron Rodgers is livid. He just lost. I mean, you saw him barking at the refs.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll get into the call at the end of the game that ultimately gave Tampa the win because it iced it for him, the holding call, which they had just let go all day, and then they're like, "Oh, Tom Brady's going to the Super Bowl." Yeah, never mind. We'll throw that
I mean,
flag.
it was blatant.
And it was the latest flag I've ever seen in my
was
entire life.
super late, but it
Even
was
Joe,
blatant.
Buck and Troy Aikman were like,
That was.
Here's my conspiracy theory. Belichick called in a favor, and he's like, I need Aaron Rodgers and the Patriots. Bam, 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 bam. He's got the red, white, and blue. He's just blasting over the thing.
No, so it.
I mean, you might not be wrong.
But where does Green Bay go from here with A-Rod? Like, we're talking about.
They trade him outside the division.
We're talking about
but
one,
look-
of course, but we're talking about one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, one of the best throwers of the football of all time.
37.
He's 37 years old, which is what Peyton Manning was when he went to Denver.
Hefty asshole of a contract.
Or was he 36? You think he was 36?
Peyton Manning was older than 35.
He was on the plus side of 35.
he was on the plus
I
side
think he
of
was
35.
36 or 37, and he was coming off a major surgery.
Yeah, but the difference is Aaron
So-
Rodgers don't have a broke neck.
But here's the thing. But do you take
My
the
knee.
risk? Because you're going to have to give something up to get Aaron Rodgers. It's not like Green Bay is going to let him walk out the door for
3 first-round picks.
a second and a fifth.
3
He's
first-round
37.
picks.
He's not 5. You're not drafting him as his future child.
What do you think they're going to add? If you are the Green Bay Packers
5.
and you're an NFL team, be like, so we want Rodgers. They can be like, so how much you got? Is that not the first thing? Their
But-
response? Like,
but as
what
we-
are you going to offer them? I'll give you a first and a second.
If I'm the Patriots, here's what I do. I say, you bring him to the AFC. You get him completely out of the NFC. Your fans don't lose their shit. We'll give you our first this year, and we'll give you a third next year.
And I'll say, Bill, go fuck yourself.
Okay.
A first and a third next year does not get you Aaron Rodgers.
You
I don't-
never know.
I don't think a first and a third
no.
because, and here's why I don't think a first and a
Because
third will
if-
get
if-
Aaron
if
Rodgers
Green-
because
Go ahead.
Carson Palmer got they got since he got a first and a third for Carson Palmer
Then Aaron
in
Rodgers be
2011.
a lot better than Carson Palmer.
Oh, my God, of course he is.
No, but,
So,
and it's not
I'm
just
just
that.
starting.
But but look, you're also, like Joey has alluded to, You're talking about the face of this franchise.
Face of the franchise.
Wrong letter.
Oh, I don't know. Green Bay fans are like,
I'm just saying.
Favre would have never done this.
Well, how many times did Favre lose on the same shit?
Drugs, alcohol,
Lots of drugs.
Unsolicited dick pics.
his watch.
Joey Fats Radio, row 1C1.
Joey, I want to say first, come in peace. I'm not here to fight with you about Brady.
Why? Who would we be fighting?
Oh, I
yeah,
love
who
it.
cares?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
polite.
Oh, we got
I
two.
just
Don't worry, we
think
got 2
that
weeks to
Brady's
fight.
the
And-
winner.
Listen.
And
Your
once,
new
once I get
name-
once I get out of Facebook jail, we can carry it on. You know.
You ready?
Spit on your phone and say, Joey, this is your face.
He has now been deemed polite Pat
Why?
because
Well,
he
no,
comes in
I just don't
apologizing
think
before he
Rodgers
says what's
is.
up.
I don't.
Hey, we don't want no trouble, Twisted Tea. We don't want no trouble.
I'm breaking out the twisted teas, Pat. That's how mad I am
Dab,
right now.
Dab, give me a few minutes, Dab.
Oh.
See, there it is, right there.
But go ahead, my man. Pat.
Here's my
Fucking
one
raspberry,
point,
bitch.
Joey. Do you think the Patriots would stay away from Rodgers because Belichick wouldn't want to be like,
No.
hey, he only won with Brady and Rodgers. Who do you actually win with besides superstar
What the
quarterbacks?
fuck?
I don't think Bill
nah.
Belichick would care. Bill's in the business of winning, and I don't think he cares how he does
Pat.
it. I get your point, though.
No,
I do
wait,
understand
wait,
your point
Sean-
because
Sean's
you know
foaming at the mouth.
because you know who falls victim to this all this fucking time? Phil Jackson. Phil
Listen,
Jackson gets
Because what a good point.
Phil Jackson gets
Okay, hold
blamed
on.
for only
Go ahead,
he
Sean.
had Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and Shaquille
Yes.
O'Neal.
Pat, would you say this is the worst Belichick Patriots team in his tenure?
Yeah. He even won with Matt Castle.
Okay,
So yeah.
okay. And with the worst team he's ever had, they went 7-9. And they're
Okay.
going to draft 15th, which is better than 14
Yeah.
other teams in the league, okay?
I know.
If
You're right.
you can get a violently angry Aaron Rodgers who just fucking
Yeah.
hates the Packers, and you have Bill Belichick who all the media is like, this man can't pick up Tom Brady's ass cream, and like everyone in between is like talking shit about both of them. They're gonna come together like you see in like the 1980s movies of like Soviet Union with the fucking scythe and whatever the hell the other thing is. The dude, what's the Soviet Union flag, Joey? What's the two symbols on
Hammer
it?
and sickle.
Thank you, hammer and sickle. I said
Scythe.
scythe.
The liberals did play.
Joey Force knew it right away.
Go on.
But just imagine that combination of
Yeah.
giving Belichick Aaron Rodgers for the end of his career, likely the end of Belichick's career. It's like, you know what? It's a go out and just
Wow.
F all of you.
Now-
And you have $60+ million in cap room.
Now, look, I will say this, Pat.
Yeah.
If Bill gets Rodgers for 4 years
Oh my God.
and they're perfect,
We're making-
Hold on, 4 for 4. Does Bill give a fucking shit what he did with Tom Brady? Or is everybody go, oh, he's the only one with good quarterbacks? Like, oh, really? Tom didn't win every fucking
Wait a
year?
minute. You're talking about winning 4 Super Bowls in a row?
Yep.
First of all, you're on crack. That's
I'm
never
just
going to
saying,
happen.
dude. It
If
could.
you said 4 at the end of the game,
went to 4 Super Bowls, won 3.
at the end of the and not
They
to,
pulled the fucking Cowboys.
not to bury the future lead, but when at the end of the KC Bills game, Tony Romo says, out of nowhere, the Patriots will be back in the championship game next year.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was just like first of all, who was talking about the Patriots?
Nobody.
And secondly, Tony Romo and Bill are boys. They talk all the time,
Yeah,
and Belichick loves Tony Romo because I don't know the Parcells thing. You fucking jerk.
I knew what you. I was like, he's searching for
And
something.
and
Somebody asked for it. Somebody asked.
yeah, you're welcome. And then stop.
Oh no, we're gonna get a live one later.
Yeah, we'll get a live block. It makes way too much sense. I'm telling you, if Rodgers is available, does he have any kind of no trade clause? I feel like he'd want to.
No, I don't think he does. But
I feel Rodgers would want to go to the
He could probably
Patriots.
block it.
I think Rodgers says Patriots, Colts. Put me one of those two teams.
No, I don't
Wow,
think he does
Colts,
have. I don't
yeah.
think he does
What
because
about 49ers?
according to
NFC,
a
they
Pro
won't do
Football Talk article the other day that I read, and I don't recall there being anything about him having a no trade clause because obviously, honestly, those really don't exist in the NFL. But the biggest,
but
they made
he
the
could put some stake into where he's going.
well, yeah, he could just say no. You can trade me there, but I'm not playing for him.
Right.
And then it's just going to kill the deal, and it's going to just drive his own value down. But how bad does he want out of Green Bay? You know what I mean? Like
If he's
it's
to the point where he's like, I don't give a fuck, then he'll say whatever the hell he wants. He'll be James Harden. I put on 85 pounds.
Dude, I will
Yeah.
make a compilation video of Rodgers and Belichick play over like the Russian like theme song, and I'd be like, Soviet Union is back, and like because
win
it would be like the
games.
most hated. People already hate Rodgers because Rodgers is so good. People already hate Belichick just because Belichick. People hate New England because of New England.
well,
the
it
last
would be
20
great
years.
for me because then it would make the Patriots relevant again. And then I could start hating him again because even though I celebrated all 9 losses this year, it doesn't have the same feel with the majority of people living around here being bandwagon douchebag fans. And they're like, no, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm just worried about the Celtics now. It's like, dude, shut up. What?
Joey, I
Fuck
read
the
an
Celtics.
article that, and it was sounds silly, Sean, but that said, like, it outlined how Matthew Stafford outside Detroit was a winner. Maybe he could be good with Belichick. They said he was a winner.
Stafford
in
comes
college
here,
and stuff.
you're fine.
Listen, I think
Stafford's
there's
fucking great.
right now, and we'll use
get
this.
there.
We'll use this. No, we'll use this to
Right.
springboard into the quarterback carousel.
Absolutely. Why
Because-
not?
I wanna
Then we
take
could
a
just
break.
talk about the Chiefs and Bills later.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Chiefs and the Bills second hour.
Speaking of which, remember major announcement.
Major announcement. coming
Remember?
up. Stafford. Right now, the
That's my dude.
odds on favorite right now to land Matthew Stafford in Vegas is Denver. With
why?
with the Patriots and the Colts a close second, and then I think the Niners were an outside shot at with the fourth. They were like a
Yeah,
distant fourth.
Shanahan,
I don't
Shanahan
believe-
wants himself a quarterback.
I don't believe all that bullshit out of San Fran. I feels like John Lynch is like, he's like, we're not getting rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, and then you have Shanahan being like, we should definitely get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo.
But if you get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo and you can replace him with Aaron
Matthew
Rodgers,
Stafford.
Matt Stafford,
But the cap
Matt
hit,
Ryan,
the cap hit.
who cares?
Dude, Jimmy
That's what
makes
they're worried about.
28 a year.
I know, but they have to cut him, take the dead cap hit, and then still bring on 20
Unless
million.
they work a trade.
And
Stafford's
the-
still signed.
the trouble-
How could you not trade a Jimmy Garoppolo and a pick for Matt Stafford?
I think, and I think that's gonna if
Ah.
it makes sense for
San Fran.
it makes sense that San Fran and Denver would make sense to trade for Stafford, because they
Because
could
you
give
have
up
a quarterback that they can give
you
up.
could give up Drew Lock
That's on the cheap.
or Jimmy Garoppolo
Yep.
as a throw-in into that trade. You're still going to give up a first and a third. I think that's what it's going to take for
Well, I think
Stafford.
if you're giving up Jimmy G, I think it would be like maybe a second and like a fourth.
No,
Jimmy
you're still
G.
giving up a first and a third. If I'm Detroit, I'm not taking anything less than a first and a third. If you're throwing in Jimmy G, maybe it's a first and a fifth. Something along those lines, because Jimmy Garoppolo is a second-round pick, right? Was he
Yeah, that's
second?
true.
You know what I mean? So it's not like he's proven he's like this world beater.
He went to the Super Bowl.
But no, Pat, I think when you look at it, he went to a Super
He
Bowl.
went to a Super Bowl.
If you look at it,
just missed
Pat,
the wide
it
open
makes
George
sense.
Kittle.
But you got to with Stafford. If Stafford or Rodgers ended up in New England,
Yeah.
that's instantaneous 12 wins.
Man.
That's 12 wins. Just add
Yeah.
water.
What luck the Patriots would have if those two guys fall into your lap.
To lose the greatest quarterback in franchise history and then
Yeah.
replace him within a year.
Well, you have one garbage year, but
I mean, think about it. Denver had
Yeah, but
to wait.
it was
Denver
a
waited.
shot and a prayer.
Denver had to wait after Elway. Denver waited until 2012, so it was 14 years before they were able to replace John Elway. Miami
And
is
then they
still
got
trying.
Cutler.
Miami is still trying to replace Dan Marino. San
No, when
Fran.
they get Cutler.
Yeah.
06, but that wasn't. He wasn't the franchise. He was there for 3 years,
Yeah, he could have been.
and they were never good with him. They were sub 500 or 500 at best. But you look around at these teams and these potential landing spots for Stafford. For possibly Rodgers now becoming available. Deshaun Watson's going to be
People
available.
don't talk about it, but Matt
that
Ryan
scares me.
is possibly going to
Jets
be
get
available as
Watson,
well.
our division could get so hard.
Right, and if Watson's available, then all of a sudden Tua or Sam Darnold could become available. There's going to be a lot, like the ripple effect that this is going to have throughout the league is going to be astounding.
Plus, you're talking about a rookie class that has 5 quarterbacks that you know are going to be a starting
True.
quarterback next year.
well, not
Yeah.
right away, but they will be drafted in the first round, likely.
I'm sorry, but Jacksonville, Sunshine's a starter.
oh, I'm not saying
New
I'm
York
not,
is probably past the Sam Darnold fucking template, and they're
Yeah,
going to
but-
get another guy.
now they went to Sean. That's like the big thing there.
They have the pieces to do
Wilson.
it. You got to look at what the places that can do a package and make it make sense for them and the other team. You're all done with Sam Darnold? Throw him to fucking Houston.
Yeah, but you're
Sprinkle a
not.
couple
But you're not
picks
just
with
going to
it.
throw them to Houston. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not. This isn't the NBA. Like, trades don't work like that in the NFL. Like, go look at the general compensation over the last like 10, 15 years of what quarterbacks that have been traded get. Like, like Nick Foles was a 4th round pick. Like, I know Nick Foles isn't like a world beater, but he was coming off of a Super Bowl and he played pretty well. He got a 4th. Carson Palmer again was the biggest get with the 1st and the 3rd. I believe it was from Oakland that traded for him, right?
Yeah, it was Oakland. Yep.
And like other than that, it's
That was
third-
shocking.
Jimmy Garoppolo got what, a 2nd round pick?
Only a second.
A second. You know what I mean?
So you
People,
wouldn't
people,
swap
people in
Darnold
New
for
England
Watson?
were convinced
swap Darnold
that
for
Jimmy
Watson?
Garoppolo was going to be gone
you're
for a
what
1st
team?
and a 4th, and I'm like, no, it doesn't work
So
that
wait,
way.
for what team are you saying no to?
Why would the Texans want that?
All right, that good. I'm glad that's what you were saying. But if the Jets are like, hey, we'll give you Darnold and a 1st round pick,
I'll still pass. Darnold is useless at this point.
More than that. More
Texans
than
are useless anyway.
Dude, if I'm
Deshaun
the
Watson's
if
not
I'm
there.
the Texans and the Jets are known as the laughing stock for like the Jets and like the Browns, everyone laughs at both those teams forever. And then I would say give me Sam Darnold and give me 2 firsts and another 3rd.
Yeah.
Just like give me a ton of shit. That's what I want. What are they gonna say? No. All right, go back to being shit.
Right, but they're not. That's the
They're
thing.
not gonna do
It doesn't work like that in the NFL, though. That's the thing. Like trades like this, draft capital in the NFL is worth far more. Even if a guy's a proven commodity, nobody's giving up 2 first rounds. Like the only one that we saw,
you are 100% correct.
Where somebody gave up big time draft capital for a quarterback was Sam Bradford a couple years ago.
It was only my first round pick.
But
yeah.
that was a first and a third, or a first and a fourth.
Was it the Vikings?
But it was out of necessity.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it was because
Teddy
Bridgewater's knee just imploded, and they had no quarterback, so they had to give that up to get him.
Oh, Teddy Bridgewater's available too, according to.
Teddy Bridgewater's going to be
already?
available.
Yeah, they said Matt Rule is not a fan.
Well,
Oh, is it Matt Rule? I know Rule's his last name. I don't know his first name.
Matt.
He said not a fan,
1 year in, huh?
and he's like, no thanks.
No shit.
Yeah, so, and Teddy's got a big ass contract.
Oh, they paid him.
Oops.
Well, hey, that's what you get. You paid a guy
It's
off
not a big ass contract. It was like
off
20 a
5
year, I
games
think.
in New Orleans.
20 a year, and then you don't like him.
Right, but 20 a year is not bad. That's a
See,
that's
the
a
other
bargain
thing
in
you
this
don't think
market.
of, too. If Drew Brees is gone, New Orleans, are they going to roll with Winston, or are they
Okay.
going to try to be a
Yeah,
player?
I think so.
New Orleans has to cut $65 million in payroll to make their cap next year. They
Does
have
that
to cut.
include Drew Brees' contract?
That's after
or no?
Drew Brees retires.
Oh, after?
After they're at
Fuck.
85, and once he retires, it's 65.
Jesus.
And
Yeah,
that's
and the problem with it that a lot of teams are going to have this year, and this is why draft capital is going to be even more important and more valuable than ever because the salary cap is going to decrease
shrinking.
for the
Yeah.
first
Good point,
15
Joey.
million.
for the first time in I believe our lifetimes.
No, since like 1999 or some shit.
Okay, so for the second time in our
Our
lifetimes.
Yeah.
The salary cap is going to decrease rather than increase. Now, when teams give these contracts out, they factor in that the cap is going to go up anywhere from
By
5 to
5%,
10% every
100%.
single year. So
Absolutely.
when they do these contracts, so now when you get these contracts with these guys like, for example, Mahomes,
Yep.
or Rodgers, or these guys with big contracts that signed it a year or two ago, now
That's a bigger hit.
that 15% of your cap that the quarterback's taking up, now it's all of a sudden 20. You know what I mean? And that's
Teams aren't going
getting
to mind the Mahomes deal. Like that's not going to be a big deal.
No, but it's going to be. But it's big for the guys. It's big for like a Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yes, it
a
is.
guy who's
Yeah.
not playing up
yeah,
to
the
his
fringe
contract.
guys.
Yeah,
that are
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
He's on the cheap-ish. Now he's not cheap no
Kirk
more.
Cousins now
Wow.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck with Kirk.
paying this
Cousins.
man $57 million.
Yeet!
But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a wild offseason for
Oh,
quarterbacks.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, draft night will be fun even in offseason. You never see quarterbacks move. There's going to be a lot moving.
For quarterbacks? What? Say that again.
I mean, there's mostly not much movement with starting quarterbacks. You're going to see a ton this year.
Oh, well,
yeah,
supposedly you're supposed to see a ton this year, but there's no guarantee, of course.
Right, we're just projecting here. We're not. None
We're
of
just
this
going
is.
by the disgruntled guys, the people that
Well, you
know
go
are
by
looking
the
for
disgruntled
trades.
guys. Obviously, Stafford, like he's
already,
gone.
They already said, yeah, we're trading Stafford.
And then you look. Once that first domino falls, we know Deshaun Watson's out in Houston. We know Stafford's out in Detroit. Whatever happens from there, where those guys go, is going to have a huge effect on everybody else in the league.
What about Kirky? Is Kirky still signed for another year?
I believe
Cousins?
Cousins is still under
He's still
contract.
signed.
Yeah,
Oh,
for 2
I didn't
more
know
years.
if
He ain't
I didn't know
going
if he did a one-and-one
nowhere.
type
I
thing.
thought this was the last year of his deal,
I thought
No.
so too.
and it's not.
So they signed
or
him
I
for,
thought they had an
signed him-
opt-out after
They signed
this
him
year.
for
I
a
should say.
2-year deal last year.
3.
They extended them.
Oof.
Ooh,
Oof.
Big oof.
they love it. They're like, well, we
Which
love this.
And they
sucks.
gave him all
sucks
kinds of
asshole
fucking
if
money.
you're the Vikings.
Yeah.
Pat, thanks for the call, bud.
Hey,
appreciate it.
it, bro.
Have a good week,
Appreciate
boys.
it.
Have you listening, guys. Thank you.
All right, bud.
Boss.
Later.
Take care.
Joey Fats Radio, roll on seat 1, 774-992-8702. Give us a call if you want to get in on this quarterback carousel conversation that we're having, because we do believe there is going to be a lot of moving parts here at the most important position in the sport.
Dude,
And it's all made more interesting by what we already know, and basically Watson and Stafford, like I just said. We also know it's going to be made more interesting by the fact the salary cap is decreasing this year because of revenue loss due to COVID. And we also know that once those first 2 guys make their moves, it's just going to be like boom, 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 boom.
I'm gonna be such a huge asshole if we get Rodgers or Stafford and then we sign like a bunch of players. I'm gonna be Joey. I'm gonna be Joey. Like,
Were you just gonna start naming them? And Odell's coming.
yeah,
Devontae Parker.
exactly. I'm gonna
Kareem
be
Hunt.
Joey's are perfectly wearing the Lakers. We're gonna trade for Odell. You know who's next? LeBron Landry. LeBron. I mean, fuck him.
LeBron
We're
Landry.
bringing him out of retirement. He's playing safety and linebacker. Joey got a real small voice all of a sudden. I don't know why.
And we're going to take Ken Norton Jr. from the coach's booth and put him on the field.
We got Tony Romo coming out of the booth.
Jesus Christ.
Tony
Boof.
Romo coming out
Somebody
of the
would
booth.
sneeze on him and that
He's
boy would
coming
be
out of
crippled.
the booth.
Ah! Toe Booth Willie.
You see,
He's defensive coordinator now.
speaking of which, you see the Pelicans are open to maybe moving Ball.
Yeah.
Again?
Look, Lonzo
could be
might
a
be
reunion.
Oh, Jesus
Why?
Christ.
I don't know. We need a replacement for Rondo, bro.
It's not. It's
It's
not
not.
Lonzo.
It's not
I
Lonzo.
know, it'd just be funny.
No.
It'd just be really funny.
To who? You?
Yeah.
Why would you enjoy that?
Because we would still win and we would get him back. After all that, it's like we get Anthony Davis and we get to keep Lonzo.
Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball.
I miss the Ball. I miss Big Daddy Ball and
Oh,
his
no,
antics.
Big Daddy Ball ain't nowhere.
I know. He's nowhere to be
He's
found.
MIA.
Dude, what's up with LaMelo bitching about coming off the bench? You're like, dude, you're a rookie. Relax.
Oh, but he threw up a triple-double, dog.
Triple-double.
Okay.
Fucked around and got a triple-double.
Big Daddy Ball in the background like, nah, my son don't sit.
Hey, my son had legs. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, I like it because Graham's balling out for me on my fantasy, so I'll take it.
So let's keep this conversation rolling though, because I did want to touch on Stafford obviously.
Yes.
We
Dude, the
touched on
Rodgers thing.
Rodgers.
Watson.
Sean's just got instant wood.
I
The
said
one-
it at week 2.
Yes, you did.
If it comes true, I'm gonna be like, you know what, guys, I have to leave the show. I'm
I-
going to New England.
He's like, I am the Schwami.
It's like, asshole, you're already in New England. I'm going to the Foxborough.
So one guy that we think is going to be, or another guy that was rumored to be disgruntled or at least at odds with his franchise was Jared Goff. But the problem with Goff,
No. I
his
think
contract
it's the
is making it
franchise.
almost impossible.
Yeah, I
to
think it's the
move him.
franchise that's kind of all set with him.
Well, him and McVay apparently aren't getting along, which is disappointing because they have two of the hottest girlfriends in the NFL. But
Maybe
I don't
maybe
know why.
that's
I don't know why that's disappointing that they're hot.
Maybe,
like they don't
maybe
get
that's
along.
part of the
'cause-
problem. They
Could
run into
be.
each other and they're like, nope.
Is his girlfriend hotter than mine? I don't know. Maybe we should check that row one seat one poll and figure it out. Like Goff is. McVay is just like throwing it in his face. Like, my girlfriend's hotter than yours. Check it out. Row one seat.
What,
said so.
bitch?
Hey, I found out you cheated too.
I cheated?
Yeah.
On what?
That poll. Someone
did I
was running
cheat?
away, and Joey was like, "I like the other girl," and so I like sent it out to friends like to stop voting on it.
No, that was the.
That's called
that was-
campaigning.
No,
That's not
that was
cheating.
Meme Wars. That was Duffy with Meme Wars.
Yeah,
No,
that was,
Duffy cheated with The Office. I know
Yeah,
that.
the Office
Yeah.
But he
guy with
admitted
Jim.
to it. Him, we had opposite. I'm not sure if you were, but I had opposite opinions of who was hotter. And then Joey was like, "No," and started sending out all these things like, "Vote this girl."
What?
Vote or die.
To that crazy ass fucking group chat of like,
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But that's called campaigning. That's lobbying
That's
for
right.
votes.
he went to 4chan and said, "Stop voting for these people."
I am once again asking for your financial assistance.
Please.
Joey Fast Radio, row one seat one.
Hey, it's Alex.
What's
Alex.
up, bud?
You know, I knew it was you.
You just get
'cause
done
I
with a
saw
jog?
you tuned in, and I was like, here it comes.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh yeah, I just got out of the gym. I'm sorry.
I know you're
missed
breathing pretty
anything.
heavy.
It's all right. Take a breath, big
Yeah,
dog. Take a
yeah,
breath.
yeah. I just got out of the gym.
What'd you do
But, hey,
tonight?
oh, bench.
Nice.
It's the only thing I can't do at my house.
bench.
Duh.
Yeah. Hey, so I know what Aaron Rodgers' problem is. He needs to shave that fucking mustache.
He would look so weird if he shaved the mustache.
Actually, he looked so weird when he debuted the mustache. Let's be real.
Oh my
What if
gosh,
he
it
just had
looks
the
like he's
Abraham
wearing.
Lincoln?
Yeah, hey, dude, I can't even talk. It looks like he's wearing a disguise, like one of those absurdly like
Obvious
weird fucking
disguises.
mustaches.
Uncle
He's like
Rico.
doing this.
Oh
It's
man,
not
some
me, I
guys
swear.
can rock
You
it, some
fro.
guys can't. Like, oh man.
Fro, is that you?
Hey, so quick question about the Packers. Do you think Aaron Jones is that was his last game with the Packers?
Yes.
Probably, because he'll probably get because Green Bay is notoriously cheap.
Yep.
When it comes to
And they got
signing
Williams.
free
They got
agents.
Williams and Dillon on
And
the cheap.
And do you know who
And-
loves to give money to free agent running backs?
Jets.
Miami.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too.
I mean, I think it's just I think
So you're saying Jones and Watson
he'll
in
get
Miami?
he'll be his contract. I don't think he's going to break the bank by any means, but it'll definitely
He'll
be
be
too
all
rich
right.
for Green Bay's blood.
And they already drafted A.J. Dillon, who looks like a goddamn horse.
He is a horse. And Williams is still on the contract, and they're both on the cheap.
What, Jamal?
Jamal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jamal, I'm about to bust a testicle.
I kind of feel
Hey.
bad for Jones. He lost himself millions by the way he performed.
Yep. Well, he got hurt.
No, he had an incredible year.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to look at one game and be like, man. They might try to use it against him. He's going to be like, shut up,
Shut up, bitch. At least I played in the game.
bitch. I'll slap you off that bar stool.
What did your team do?
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, you know what's crazy with Brady playing in 10 Super Bowls? That's like just about 20% of the entire like amount of Super Bowls in the league's history. Like that's like a baseball player almost
It is.
playing 30 years of World Series. Like I mean,
There's
it's
been
just
54
He's
Super
been
insane.
Bowls.
54, and he's been
But it's
in
not
10.
20%. It's less than 20. It's
It's
close.
like 18,
You round it.
17%, something like
I'm
that.
not giving him 20%.
Close.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Well, wait until next year. Then it'll be over 20.
Oh.
Shut up.
Alex.
Not if Aaron Rodgers joins the Patriots.
And the belly
It really
check.
does. Honestly, dude, it depends. If the Patriots get either Stafford, Rodgers, or could you even imagine if they were to like get like Watson?
Nah.
Forget it, dude. That's a
apparently-
Super Bowl caliber.
apparently
That team's going back to the Super Bowl.
Watson is all set with Belichick, and I'm like, oh.
He's like, Belichick voted for Trump. Fuck him.
No, he was like, Belichick gonna make me work. I don't work. I play.
That's
I don't play.
apparently
I play.
the Patriots are like not even talked about as an option. So that's just
Yeah,
that goodbye.
hey, I'll tell you who the Patriots, mark my words, book it. Like, it's a guarantee. They love Mitch Trubisky.
Fuck you.
That's who's going to
I
start
said
for the
Carson
Patriots
Wentz,
next year.
man. Carson Wentz is a good cheap option.
He's not even cheap.
Yeah, he's not even cheap.
I love getting Sean all riled up. Dude, I don't think he's gonna end up there, but every week I'm like, oh, I don't know that boy Carson.
I don't know.
I thought you were just spewing like bullshit out. Like, oh, he's cheap. I'm like, he's like $28 million. Oh, I
Eagles
got
have
it.
to
I
eat a
got,
lot
I
of
got,
that,
got,
though.
I got it.
Sean's like, you got me scared, motherfucker. Damn. Oh, you didn't hear? They slashed his contract. He's coming to New England.
Dude, so the reason why
Another
McDaniels
T?
McDaniels didn't get the
it's no
job
vodka
because
up here.
McDaniels wanted to go with Hurts. Apparently, they're like, oh, I'd have him play it out. I'd go Hurts and I'd go Wentz and I'd see who'd win in competition. And they were just like, okay. How about this guy Sriracha? What is he gonna do? Sriracha's like, hey guys, I'll play Wentz for you. Sriracha got the job.
Yep. Hey,
His
so
name's
do
like
the
Sriracha.
Patriots? Hey, Sean, a question for you. You would know this. Do the Patriots have the picks to go up and get Zach Wilson?
How far do you want to go up? And I don't want to go. I don't want to go to top 3.
I think you can get him at like 5'6".
no, he can.
I
He's
think
gonna go top
slip
3.
a little further than that.
I think he's 5'6".
You think he's gonna go past 3?
I think you're going to get Lawrence and Fields, and then he seems.
No, people are saying Fields is gonna be like top 10.
Well, one of those two, Fields or Wilson, one of those two is going to slide. There's
I
always
think
a
you
guy
can get
that's
Wilson.
like,
I think you can get
he's a
Wilson 5'6".
surefire top 5 pick, and then he slides into like the
You gotta remember,
teams
teams
somebody
are
gets to
stupid.
steal.
Yeah.
They're gonna look at line. They're gonna look at the fucking flashy
Listen.
Heisman-winning wide receiver.
Listen.
Like GMs are dumb.
Did anybody who watched the draft with me on our live show last year not see like how good I am at getting fucked over by my own team?
Yes.
And I called it, and I said, if they fucking just trade out, I'm gonna be pissed, and I'm signing off. And then here goes the pick. That fucking buzzer that goes off. The Patriots have traded out of the first round. It's like, you fucking piece of shit. And I just got off.
And Sean was like, all right, and good night.
Yep. I refuse to even watch the last 7 picks. Anyway, I'm telling you, they're not going to trade up because Belichick doesn't believe in trading up for a quarterback because he doesn't probably like anybody.
And they won't need to because they have Aaron Rodgers.
If anything, Belichick probably saw Mac Jones' fat ass body after the championship win, and he's like, "That's my boy right there. Like that's who I want." Belichick likes like guys out of shape, and he's like, he's smart. He's out of shape.
Yeah.
I like him.
Works
All
for
right.
me.
Or if he's beautiful, he's like Jimmy Garoppolo, like fucking Aladdin. He goes, sign this motherfucker.
I still love your lady
I
in red
can
comment.
show-
Belichick,
the world.
Belichick is flip or flop. Belichick, I said it. I said when Jimmy Garoppolo comes in here against San Francisco and he beats us, Belichick's gonna fall in love again, and it happened. And then
No, it was Nick Mullins, I think.
no, it was Garoppolo. He kicked our ass at home.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah,
Belichick gave him a nice big hug
and
after the
Belichick.
game.
That song, what was it? Careless Whisper came on by Michael what's his name? George Michael. There we go. That song came on, and then I'm telling you, like something about Mac Jones. He plays with Nick Saban. He played Nick Saban's system so well. Like Belichick's gonna be like, this boy can play. He fat. He ugly. He got nothing to lose.
He can't run. It's my guy.
That is my guy.
Well, Belichick's been burned by Alabama guys in the past. Who's that? Like Cyrus Jones, the corner sucked.
Yeah.
Like,
That's one guy.
Nah, there was a couple other ones too, though, wasn't there?
Yeah. I thought so too.
Name him.
Well, I know Alabama
I'm
players have burned a lot of people in the past, like Rolando McClain.
Like Dante Hightower.
Was he
such,
LSU?
Such a piece of
I
shit.
forget.
Oh, who's the D tackle for the
When he wants
Jets?
to play.
Quinnen Williams has sucked for the 3 overall
He
pick.
plays for the Jets.
This is true.
Yeah, but he was supposed to be the sure thing.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I agree. Bama, Bama players
Marcel
look
Darius?
great when they're playing
Marcel
amongst.
Darius?
Yep.
Yep.
They all look great when they're playing at Bama because they're playing with a bunch of other first-round picks, so they get hidden a little bit. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
why I'm always skeptical. Whenever somebody drafts a Bama player, I'm like, I don't know.
Yep. Well, McKinney kicked ass this year for the Giants. So you have Landon Collins. So I mean, like, if he really is like that good, like, is it more the receiver or quarterback? Like, I don't know. I really don't think. I think the running back's pretty good, but I
mean,
don't know if the quarterback's the
That
real
had to go
deal.
with Trent Richardson.
Oh, the biggest bust ever.
Ever.
He was
Do you know Peyton
phenomenal
Manning's
that one
longest
year.
career rush is longer than Trent Richardson's?
I believe that
Yes.
because he was
No,
dog
it's true.
shit in Cleveland and then dog shit in Indy.
He had that one good year, and everyone was like, "Bye high."
He had that long run in the national championship game, and he ran. It was like 60, 70-yard like touchdown run, and I was like, wow. Did you think it ever crossed his mind like, this is the longest run I'm ever gonna have ever again?
I doubt it.
Like, do you think at one point when he was going down the sidelines, he was thinking like, yep, this is it, never gonna do this again. I think 31 yards was his long for his career.
Crazy.
But-
Did you see that picture where you could literally drive through a truck through the line and he freaking runs in back of his
Oh
player?
yeah, when he was with
Yeah, he had no
when he was
vision.
with Indy, right?
Yeah, he had no vision.
Yeah.
But,
She was bad.
And the Colts gave up a first-round pick for him. Too.
Yes, they did.
But Alex,
They were like, here you go, Cleveland.
It was like, yes, we will use this for trash.
And Cleveland's like, good, now we will draft another shit player.
Quarterback.
Alex, I don't know. I don't see the Patriots trading up for Fields, Lawrence, or Wilson. It's going to take too much, and that's not Belichick's game.
Well, Lawrence is unattainable.
If anything,
Well, here's the problem. The Jets own 2 and Miami owns 3, so they're not going to trade within the division.
No, they won't. And then on top of it all,
Yeah.
I just if I know Belichick, you're talking about all these like wide receivers and quarterbacks getting taken in the first 10 picks. Belichick's gonna be like, man, this fat ass offensive tackle sitting right here. I'm gonna take this bitch. That's Belichick.
Boy, he feels.
And then I'm just gonna be at home just beating the shit out of like the closest thing
We'll
possible.
be live again. Don't worry.
poor Cole.
Yeah.
No,
We'll be live again. Don't worry.
Cole's gonna come. Sean's gonna tell us next thing. I can't make the show. Why? Oh, I slapped my kid.
no, that would never happen.
My wife.
Got you. No,
My wife
the
called the
reason
cops.
the reason I want to ask Sean that is because the Falcons came out and said they're still not done with Matt Ryan. So I was like, man, like if the Pats had the picks, like they could.
Well, you got to remember too.
I love Matt Ryan.
A lot of these guys, though, a lot of these teams right now, they're saying like, "Oh yeah, we're not done with Matt Ryan."
Yeah, but that's just to try to drive up price.
It's posturing.
Yeah.
There's nothing is. Everybody is available for the right price.
Listen,
We ain't done with Odell. There's a
Except-
video of him getting shit on
except,
right
like,
there.
And listen,
Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes.
every GM's little red light is blinking on their phone, and they're answering every single time it does.
What kind of phone they have? A red light is on it.
You don't remember those fucking phones?
Nope.
Yeah. Just boop, boop, boop. They use them in the Godzilla movie I watched last night.
President's phone. Oh,
The
the
aliens had it.
Godzilla phone.
The aliens from
You're
Planet
such a
X.
fucking dickhead. I hope Carson Wentz is your quarterback.
Last quick thing about the pass interference call at the end of the game. Do you like it? Yes or no?
No, I
We
hated it.
never finished that, actually. We got
I
right to the
hated
quarterback.
that call because they had let that go all day.
I mean, listen.
They were letting them play all day, and then on the
Didn't
most
they-
important, most crucial play of the game, they decided to throw the flag. And not only did they throw the flag, but they throw it like 5 minutes after the play's
They
done.
threw it after the guys were walking to the sideline.
Right.
It's like, hey, you forgot something.
No, but didn't. Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
To Joe's point, at the last 2 minutes of the half, I cost the Packers the game. That non-pass interference call with 20 seconds left.
Yes.
And then Brady threw that Hail Mary to. Yeah, I mean that's
Scotty Miller,
a
yeah.
7-point swing. If they call a flag, Packers have a good chance to kick a field goal. So that's probably a 10-point swing right there. So I mean, if you're not going to call it then in the last 2 minutes of the first half,
Right.
you can't call it there.
Well, that was
Because
my
that
problem
was
with it.
pass interference.
The issue with this,
so
though, Alex, is it was so blatant that he held on to the jersey.
But if it was so blatant, why did it take him so long to throw the flag?
Here's the issue.
You know what I mean?
Here's the issue.
Yeah.
That's where that's the issue that lies. They didn't throw it when they should have. The announcers live were even like, oh, and they threw a flag. Like, no flag on the play. Oh, wait, no, never mind. They threw it. They
Well,
threw it.
There was a double flag. There was also
Yeah.
12 men on the field too.
No, that was the play before.
No,
Are
there
you
was it was 12 men on the field in the same play, I think.
It was the same play, and the referees they huddled together. I heard for 5 minutes.
Yeah, which is why
they were like,
it wasn't like
There's
as,
15 penalties.
it wasn't which is why I didn't get to Saints Rams levels of what the fuck is
It
this
was
shit?
multiple things.
There was 12 men on the field, which the Packers couldn't. I don't know what the fucking Packers were doing defensively.
Dude,
they got
LaFleur-
12 men on the field penalties in the last 6 minutes of the game.
Joe, because the punt team ran out.
Yes.
LaFleur.
Because it was so late. The
No
flag was so
Oh,
late. A
that,
D tackle
that might
went
actually
out.
be true, right? Yeah, that's actually a good point. I didn't think of that. You're right.
See, Thab saying it was 12 men on the field after that play.
Yeah,
I
it
thought,
was after.
See, I thought it was the same
No,
time.
it
I
wasn't
thought
the
I
same
thought it was
play.
the same one where they were
No,
going to
it
get him on
wasn't.
either.
No, it was
on
the
the
play
other.
after. It was the play
It
after.
wasn't the same play. I knew it wasn't.
So it didn't matter because it was 3rd down and 4th down, so it would have been whatever.
But
yeah,
it wasn't
the
3rd and
problem
5 though,
was-
so it would have
the
been an
problem
automatic
was
first. I don't think.
It took
Correct.
time off the clock, and it gave them a 1st and 5.
Yep.
So,
Right.
They picked up the first down, and that's what ended the game.
And it was
So
one
they-
of those Well, yeah, because remember, I'm trying to think of what
You're
was the
right.
situation with remember the Patriots Giants Super Bowl where the Giants had 12 men on the field, but it actually benefited them.
Oh no,
stop the
they
clock.
did defensive holding on purpose.
Yeah, on
So it was
purpose.
5 yards, but it ate up so much time. It was kind of a bullshit move, but hey, man.
No, it's all the gray area. You got to do
It's
it.
got to work the gray, bro. That's what Belichick
Come on,
always
don't you
says.
remember Belichick?
Why do you think? Why do you
remember
think?
when Belichick got the clock ran on him for like 2.5 minutes?
He did it. He did it to the Jets.
did it to the Jets.
And he laughed. And then Mike
Oh,
Vrabel
yeah.
did it to him, and he's like, "You piece of
You
shit."
piece
Yeah,
of shit,
and then
stealing my
it's
move.
another same thing with John Harbaugh,
was so-
always
that
bitching
was
every
so
single time they
funny.
play Belichick. So.
I remember that Belichick was laughing on Monday night. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
and then on
first time ever.
Belichick,
that was so funny.
6 Thursdays later, was like, you piece of shit.
I love how Belichick like bites his cheeks to not smile. He's like,
Alex,
that's awesome.
thanks for the call, brother.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, no, I'm really like happy you guys hated that call too because I was kind of rooting for the Packers. So
I just
love
didn't
Tom
like the
Brady.
timing of it. I didn't like the way the whole game. I thought the whole game was called. I thought the whole game was called the way it should have. It should
Yeah,
be
they
called.
let a
and
lot
they
of
let
things
them,
go.
let them play, and they let the defense play defense.
Yep.
And then at the end of the game, the most crucial spot, they just decide to say, "Fuck it, we're gonna throw the flag."
yeah.
So
Yeah, hey, I hope they let the defense play in the Super Bowl because if not, the Chiefs are going to run away with it. I hope they can actually like play deep. Like I don't know. I like that kind of
something tells me that that the Bucks defense isn't going to be able to do to Mahomes what they were able to do to Drew Brees.
"Can
or
we
Aaron
look up
Rodgers.
what the Vegas over/under line is right now? What is it, like 70?
I got it right here.
I think it's 56.5.
That's
time I looked.
it.
Or 57.5.
I'm gonna bang the over.
I'd definitely bang
Hey,
the over on
yeah,
that.
hey guys, I got to run here, but thanks for taking the time.
Hey, shake
Of
it
course,
easy, man.
man.
Peace.
Take it easy, Alex.
Grab a protein
Yeah,
shake.
I'll listen to the rest of that. I just got out, so
Thanks,
I
buddy.
gotta run.
Go ahead, have
Yep,
fun.
take care, guys.
Bye.
Yep.
So I'll look up the odds, but
He take a shit.
No, I said go shower. He said, yeah, okay, yeah, bye.
He take a shit.
No, that's before you work out.
Hey, some people stomach works different ways.
Oh, fuck that. I can't be having a poop and go working out. I'll shit the fucking bench.
Man, I feel like 56 and a half. I might actually bet in the game. Like, what's a good app? Like, was it Bovada still taking
there's all
overseas
kind
shit?
of- Hit up Shitties. He'll tell you.
what was that place I used to use? Oh, right.
What?
I don't know. The place he used to use, he said, I don't know.
Somebody that I used to know.
I hated that song.
Yeah, wow, really? No
Hated,
way.
I hated that video. I hated that guy.
No way.
He's like, go paint your face another
He
color.
said
you
there was
asshole."
no way.
No way. Jose.
No way I was going to boner. Way.
Fucking hell's the Super Bowl?
So, odds, what are you looking at? The over-under right now?
Yeah, over under on the Super Bowl.
I mean, if it's 56 and a half, you definitely got to boot the over on that.
Yeah, what was that? Like 27 points?
I mean, you got to figure the Chiefs have scored 30 points every fucking game. Like,
Yeah, I figured the Super Bowl is going to be like 35 to like 33 type shit.
yeah, it's definitely going to be high scoring. Watch us be all fucking dead wrong, and it's another goddamn
What are the
17
odds?
And then Belichick sees the score only 15 points each. Belichick's like,
I know it's
need
3.5.
Soviet
All right,
Union
so
to
they got
come
it
back
at
together.
3.5. Like, listen, I don't need a fucking preseason odds, dude. Just give me the fucking Super Bowl line.
You know,
I hate these
not
fucking
good at
betting
searching things
sites.
sometimes.
Belichick can go full villain, trade for Aaron Rodgers, and then make a special announcement that the new GM, and there's a pause, and then you hear John Cena's music. I can do that thing. And here comes Donald Trump as John Cena. Do 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 do.
Oh, shit.
Everyone would explode. The world in itself would be.
Would stop.
I know it's totally not going to happen, but it
Would
would just
stop spinning.
just to be.
It'd
just
be,
to
it'd be
a
like
complete
when Hulk
asshole.
Hogan and Macho Man touched hands. And Mean Gene Okerlund was just there like,
Oh!
what is going on right now?
Don't touch my.
I
brother.
think my mustache is falling off.
Dude, we can talk about WWE getting sold to Peacock.
Over under
too.
right now is 57.5 according
Oh,
to sportingnews.com.
slamming the over right now on the Tuesday, 2 weeks before the Super Bowl.
I'm going to go under.
Fuck no.
I think this game's going to disappoint in terms of the over under because I think you're going to see games like these, they rarely deliver.
All right, I want people calling in or in the chat. 57 and a half
I mean, it's
over
probably
under.
going to change by next week's show.
I don't give a
So,
shit.
next week.
Right,
we'll
but
do our
no, we're
final
talking about it
prediction.
right now because right now
Right
you're at a
now,
place to bet.
Right now, I'm
Right, but
slamming
if you
the over.
if you think the over, if you think it's going to go up to like 61, 62, something like that,
Yeah.
then you bet you take this because now you know what I mean. You're not worrying about it as much. But I listen. I think it might go under. I could see.
If it's 60, I'm taking the under.
I could definitely see 20. I could
If it's
definitely see
61, 62, I'm taking the under.
31, 20.
See, I see like 34, 28, like 35, 34, 31.
Don't get
like,
me wrong.
I see-
I'm not saying that's out of the realm of possible. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
But typically, though, like don't you feel like when teams like this were like, oh, we're gonna get a high-powered offense, like last year, You know, like Niners, Chiefs, you were like, oh, this should be a really high-scoring affair, and it kind of wasn't. You know, it was just kind of like, oh, it
was
was
the final of that
The
one?
Chiefs had a better defense, and the 49ers
What
had
was
a
that,
better defense.
24-17?
It was close. Yeah, it was a touchdown away.
It was closer than that, I thought.
Actually, I don't think it was a touchdown. Might have been 21-17.
So yeah,
31-20.
I like Brian. Brian's like 400 points. 3,840.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Oh,
We all
right.
like
Yeah, no,
everybody
I'm just
wants to see the shootout. Everybody wants Chiefs-Rams
Well, I
from
mean,
a couple
you gotta
years ago.
figure
But
the Chiefs are a high-powered offense. The Bucks. Damn, I'm just putting R's where they don't belong today.
you're all sorts of all over the
Fucking
place
A,
tonight.
man. The Bucks score a lot of points as well. So I mean, I don't see the Bucks defense being able to slow down the Chiefs enough for them not to get their 30 points, and I also don't see the Chiefs defense being able to hit the Bucks enough to stop them from scoring 28, 30 points.
I just think both teams are going to look at. I think you're going to look at it, and it's
Well, you just look at it.
you're going to see two defenses come out and play pretty well. Like because let's be honest, if Brady plays like he did on Sunday and throws 3 interceptions,
They lose.
The Chiefs are going to walk all over him. Granted, I thought the same thing about the Packers, but the Packers just step on their dick.
Yeah.
They just can't figure it out. I don't get it. Like I don't understand the Packers' problem at all. It's one of the most like mind-boggling things in sports to actually have to watch and try to understand. But
the drama in Green Bay, I can't wait to watch this offseason. If Rodgers doesn't become the Patriot, that would be just gravy for me. But like no matter what happens, the drama in Green Bay is like
it's
captivating
endless.
to me.
It's endless. It's like
But you got drama in so many different cities right now with football.
yeah, but Green Bay has like no drama.
Never.
They went from like Brett Favre and Brett Favre taking pictures of his dick with his watch.
No, that was
no, he was a Jet that year.
Fuck
a
it.
Jet.
Oops.
He was
And
like,
then-
"Isn't this what you do in New York? I didn't know. I'm a country guy."
And then you went from
It's not
Favre
cheese.
to Rodgers, and you've had like 30 years, 35 years of like uninterrupted quarterback greatness, and then all of a sudden your quarterback is just like, I'm just so sick of this goddamn organization. Just get me out of here.
Right, and that's a weird thing too, because Green
definitely
Bay is
weird.
one of the more successful organizations in sports.
Yes.
But yet they routinely, and it's only because they've been able to
Come
hit on Brett Favre and Aaron
And
Rodgers.
guess what? Just like they did with Brett Favre, and just like they're doing with Aaron Rodgers, they always come up short.
They really did come up short a lot
Brett
with
Favre
Brett
won
Favre
you
too.
one Super Bowl, went to 2, and never really sniffed another one.
Well, he
Oh,
did.
actually,
He did
no.
with the Vikings.
That year with the Giants, he sniffed it. That
Because
overtime
the
game.
NFC Championship in
Yeah, that
07.
overtime
Okay.
game. That year with the Giants, he sniffed it.
And then Brett Favre did what Brett Favre does and threw
And
an
threw an
interception.
interception. Minnesota, I mean, he got the shit kicked out of him, but then once again, Brett Favre did what Brett Favre did and threw another pick. So
That
Aaron
was
Rodgers,
the one. I think that one was more surprising because that year I feel like
They were unstoppable.
the Vikings were actually a better team, and it really sucked too because like we were at that point,
That was going to be.
we were
Favre.
this close to Favre versus Manning in a Super Bowl, and that would have been way cooler. Like I like Breeze, and I'm I
New
mean
Orleans it worked.
I
yeah,
like New Orleans. I don't have a problem
Storyline
with the
was
team. It was
great.
a great story and all that. Obviously, I didn't like
But
the way
you would
that.
have had Favre Manning.
Yeah, I mean that
And
whole
Favre is a
that
Viking.
whole
As a
2009
complete
season
fuck you to Green
pisses
Bay.
me the fuck off because even Pat McCaffrey said it. Like Pat McAfee when he came out and he said that the Colts. He's like we didn't lose a game until we decided to stop winning them.
Yep.
And they could have run the table and gone undefeated, and we could have had Manning go 19-0 in a season by defeating Brett Favre in a Super Bowl, or Brett Favre upsetting Peyton Manning in a Super Bowl to prevent them from going 19. Like there was so many
Storylines would have been
possibilities
massive.
in that season that could fucking ruin because Jim Caldwell's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, and then Jim Caldwell might be the new Texans head coach too.
This is true.
But Pat,
Although I heard Leslie Frazier's a big candidate.
I would
we'll
not
see.
go if you hire Leslie Frazier or Jim Caldwell
guess what?
and you don't over Eric Bieniemy right now. Like I don't know why Eric Bieniemy keeps getting glossed over, but
I don't think Andy Reid wants to let him go.
it's
Not
not. I
his
don't
choice.
think I don't think it's. Yeah, it has nothing to do with that. But there are rumors. Bieniemy is supposedly like the next great head coaching
I
candidate.
thought he's been interviewed by a bunch of places.
He has,
Yeah.
and that's what's like kind of weird about it. Is like, does this dude just really suck at
At
interviews?
interviews, yeah.
Or is he? Because like, remember last year we heard he bombed his interviews, and everybody was, and you're like, okay, well maybe it was because he was getting ready for the
was
Super Bowl and
focused,
this and
yeah,
that.
right.
And there's a lot more talk this year about not being able to hire coaches till after the Super Bowl because it really puts the coordinators
At,
for the
like,
teams
so
that go
much
deep
different
at
fucking-
a
right.
disadvantage. And they're just like, why
You
do
know
we
the Atlanta
like?
Falcons and Kyle Shanahan?
Yeah, well, they're like, well, why are we doing this? Like, come on, like we all know, like these guys, like they're in the Super Bowl. Those are the hot names. Blah blah blah. Like, why? We know. We just wait till after the Super Bowl. But then again, what about the guys that aren't going to the Super Bowl? Like, they get an opportunity to go interview. They blow a team out of the water, and the team decides, I'm going to hire this guy instead of waiting for this guy because I feel like we can win with this. And maybe it provides a guy who wouldn't have gotten the job because maybe he wouldn't have interviewed as good or done as well. But because the other guy was so good, like it kind of works both ways a little bit. Like it's an advantage to the guys that, are on teams that get eliminated early. I don't know. I just think it's there's a lot of talk, but Bieniemy is supposed to be the guy.
Yeah, I mean, Pat had a good point. What if the Chiefs are just like, no, stay here. You're the successor to Reed.
No, but nobody does that anymore.
Right, but why wouldn't he just? Why wouldn't he just?
McDaniel's still a Patriot.
Because nobody wants him.
Because
because
it's not like McDaniel's didn't try.
Yeah.
It's not like
Well, he gave the Colts the big fuck a year.
and McDaniel's will never get another head coaching job outside. He'll never get a head coaching job outside
Only
of New
with
England.
Kraft. Yeah.
Ever.
And that
ever
really
again.
bothers me because I don't want him as a head coach.
Well, you're gonna get him.
I don't think Belichick's going anywhere anytime soon. I really
No,
don't.
he loves coaching with his two sons.
Yeah, I think Belichick's going to stick around for a while, dude. Like we're
Sounds
going
like, yeah.
And honestly, I mean, I know he's a long ways off still, but I really think he's probably looking at Shula
He's
and going,
definitely looking at Shula.
I could get that.
Well, that's
Dude,
4 years away.
No, it's less than that.
Well, if he wins 10 games a year, he's 4 years away.
Isn't he only like 36 wins away?
Let me check.
I thought it was 36 wins total.
Oh, I thought
Are
it-
you
I thought it was
including
like
playoffs?
30. I thought it was
Wait,
30. No,
see
no.
the coaching.
Yeah,
how
'cause
many
they
wins
include
thing?
playoffs
I don't know
and
if they
shit.
include playoffs or not. Because sometimes it's like, oh, well,
Well, if
sometimes
they
he
include
does.
playoffs, then he's a lot closer than that because Shula didn't always win in the playoffs.
Well,
No, he didn't, but Shula's at 328, Belichick's at 280, so he's 48 behind.
Yeah, see, so
oh, 30. I thought it was 38. Wow, shit.
see, so
48.
Four or 5
So he needs
years.
4 or 5 years.
At 10
Oh,
wins a
he
year.
needs Rodgers.
I mean,
he
only
needs Rodgers. He needs Rodgers and
he needs
Stafford.
38 to pass George Hallis.
Oh, no
Oh,
shit.
okay. Maybe
Or,
I'm
I'm sorry,
Dallas.
39 to pass,
So that's
38
maybe
to
what you
tie.
would think.
Okay, I'm thinking of that then. Damn,
Andy Reid is the next closest on the active list with 221. Think about that.
Wow.
Wow, dog.
That's
And that puts him at 6 overall.
Dude, how many does Marvin Levy have?
Marv Levy is
Marvin?
Levy.
I said
We're
Marvin.
all fucked up. We're all fucking up.
143. He's tied with Sean Payton.
Damn.
That dude coached the way he was like 96.
Yeah, but the Bills sucked for a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Throw it down.
look, you guys like Parcells, for example, 172.
Yeah, but Parcells.
He's one behind Jeff Fisher.
But Parcells is a
Jeff Fisher
but
went
Parcells
8
was
and 8
just
for like
yeah,
every
I'm
year of
gonna
his
coach, I'm
career.
not going to coach. I coach. I don't coach.
Dude, I love that thing when Belichick was like, yeah, we'd do a game plan and I'd come back and watch Parcells smoke a whole pack of cigarettes and then fucking throw it across the room. Fucking just cracked me up. I don't know why. But it's just, I can picture a guy smoking a whole pack of cigarettes and whipping the pack across the room and just leaving. Being like, I'm out.
This is a really interesting list. Jim Caldwell, 62, number 77 overall.
Wow.
That's pathetic.
I mean, he's behind Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians.
Where's Shot-
where's
where's
Pete
Shot-
Carroll?
7.
Where's Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll.
He left for a long time. It's so
Yeah,
fault.
he's not really going to be that
He's like
high.
130, 140.
No, he's probably going to be
Nah,
like
less
120,
than that.
115, 120.
I think he's in. I think he's in Gruden territory. Where is he? Hang on, I'll find him here in a second.
You know you can control F.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a pretty small list. It shouldn't be that hard to figure out Pete Carroll.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we are.
Boom, doom, boom, doom, boom, doom, boom. Boom, doom,
Um,
doom,
Oh, well, yeah, 145.
doom.
Oh, see, I was
wow.
close, yeah.
a lot more than we thought.
21.
Well, he
I mean, he's
coached-
been great with Seattle.
Yeah, he has.
Well, yeah, he has. I mean, it's
All right, so it's top of the hour.
top of the hour. You want to do your big
I
announcement?
got a
Oh, what's going on?
major announcement.
Major
coming up.
announcement coming up.
So
So if everybody can like and share this video, because again, we're not on New Bedford Guide tonight because I was put in Facebook jail and I don't have access to the
Jail.
admin section
Damn
of
King Kong.
of that. So yeah, because because I was bullying King Kong. That's what I got
Yeah,
thrown in.
legit.
Think about that for one
King
second.
Kong is scared of a one fats.
Actually, you probably deserved it.
I mean, I could beat up King Kong.
Wow.
I could definitely beat up
Yeah,
King
obviously he's a fictional character.
Kong. I'm just saying, if Mike Tyson can beat up a gorilla.
Fictional character. You're gonna get shot all
Yeah,
excited.
don't
We've been talking
don't
about
don't,
Rodgers.
don't even give me that hope.
Sean just went from 6 to midnight. He's like, did someone say Mike Tyson?
He's like
fighting
Aaron
a
Rodgers,
gorilla?
Mike Tyson. What?
My dream for next year would be Patriots in the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers leading the way, and
The
the
halftime show.
is Mike Tyson fighting a gorilla.
The same gorilla.
And I would just be like, this is the fucking best. I can just die.
Sean's like, I could die.
I
a
can
happy
die tomorrow,
man.
and I'm good.
And then like the end of the game is not even close. It's like a blowout, and I'm like relaxed by the third quarter. I'm like, this is the best.
Dude.
Sean's like, and I'm spent.
I would smoke a cigar. I don't even smoke. I'd be like,
So back to the major announcement. Square
So,
hole.
yes, because if you make sure give everybody
Like
a
and
second
share.
to share the video
Like and share.
because we're short tonight. We're a little short.
Give us
Missing
a
most of-
follow on row one, seat one.
We're
so
missing
you
a
can
big chunk of our
see-
audience tonight.
You can see the things that will take place after this major announcement.
okay.
And this is why it's very important to actually like and follow our Row One Seat One Facebook page because when I get thrown in Facebook jail, you might not know if you watch us on New Bedford Guide
Or real
regularly.
jail.
you forget. Oh right,
That's a daily thing.
and you
for
miss
him.
out on things. Like you miss out on my awesome row1seat1.com Aaron Rodgers article.
Correct. And if you noticed on row1seat1.com, a while back I put up a trading card bonanza article that dove into the deep world of
Go on.
trading cards via, basketball, football, Pokemon, baseball, that type of shit.
Which is on a huge comeback right now.
A major,
Massive upswing.
major rise
Phrasing.
in the stock of cards. So that being
Kim
said,
Kardashian comeback.
we have opened a new venture, Cutting Cards, where you can supply all your fixings and needs for your card delight, and buy yourself a box of cards. Open cards. We have a break table there, single cards, whatever you're looking for. We could make it happen for you. So be on the lookout for future breaks, razzes, different things coming out. Cutting Cards,
And
opening the doors very soon.
Where can people go to purchase these boxes of cards and see these things in person?
row1seat1.com right now will probably be the lone source for the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, I'm hoping for the second week of February, possibly the 13th.
Super Bowl time?
Open up the door.
No, it's a week after.
Week after. Daytona time.
Correct. They took the Saturday, so it'd be the Saturday before. And you can head down to the Cushionett Avenue and check out the new store.
So we will have a brick and mortar.
Brick and mortar
Brick
building.
and mortar.
Brick and
We
mortar.
really got to get our asses on the sweatshirts. We've had so many people ask us about sweatshirts.
Yeah,
including Sarah. Yes, I
many
know you're in
things are
here.
coming about. Many things are coming about. So
Yeah, we gotta
this-
put a new order in for merch.
Yeah, for shirts and stuff, and we got that coming.
We need
But,
more shirts, more
this,
stickers.
This Cutting Cards thing has been
Hoodies.
brewing up for a few months, and now we're finally ready to make it happen. So be on the lookout. Cutting Cards.
Cutting cards. Love it. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I might actually get into this now. Because I don't really know anything about trading cards. I don't know shit about them. All I know is Sean gave me this awesome Prism holographic Drew Lock card, and I still have it. And,
And
it's,
my Elway
it's
card
sick.
just got thrown to trash, apparently.
No,
Yeah,
it's,
he's
it's,
like,
it's
fuck this guy.
He's like, oh, yeah, you know what? John Elway's an old piece of shit.
Hey, the first time Joey joins the break, Joey's
it's right
like,
there. There it is. The
Joey's like,
season ticket
"Go."
Stanford card. Look at that.
Joey's gonna be like, oh, I'll join this basketball break. I'll just take the Lakers. They're like, oh no, it's tiered. It's random. Joey be like, oh, I'll get the Lakers probably. And
Joey,
then,
Cavaliers.
and
What
then-
the fuck is this shit?
and then Joey gets the Lakers, and Joey's like, nah, I'm just waiting for that, LeBron or Kobe 1-of-1 patch to get pulled out.
And it does.
Joey gets a Rondo. 1 of 199, like just base bullshit. And Joey's like, fuck this shit. this bullshit is gas.
Which, speaking of Kobe, R.I.P. 1 year today. It's been today. A year ago today was actually the official
Yeah, the
start of the
official-
worst year ever.
No joke.
Should have been Carson Wentz.
No.
Oh, oops.
That was hot mic. Hot mic.
Hey, your mic's on. That's okay.
I meant Kyrie.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, but that was a year ago today. Kobe Bryant passed away, obviously in the helicopter accident, and it was the official start to because everything after this day, like there was 25 decent days of 2020, and then shit from there on out. So Kobe dies.
Shit.
A week later, the fucking Chiefs win the Super Bowl, and then like 2 weeks after that, we're like COVID. Fuck.
Pretty much. I'm so glad before all this shit happened, I took the kids.
And Ryan Newman almost died too. Remember that? We thought Ryan Newman died. Which the Daytona 500 was the last major sporting event
to have fans
that we had
for like
fans
a
at.
while.
And it still hasn't.
And I'll be honest with you, when the Daytona commercials come on, and I'm all about that. We'll do a quick Daytona ride right here. Jeff and Clint in the booth.
Oh, I'm loving it.
These commercials that they're doing right now.
I'm
are
excited
so
for NASCAR this year.
fucking
Very
awesome.
excited. First time in a long time I've gotten excited for a season.
But I was
Just
talking
excited,
about
I should say.
with my son because my son, while he doesn't like sports, which kind of hurts me a little bit, he loves NASCAR. So it's like, all right,
Well,
we still
that's
get
a
to do
sport,
this.
Keith.
It's fine, but I'm just saying.
Don't shake your fucking head no at me,
So we
motherfucker.
for him it kind of sucks.
This
because,
dude probably can't even drive. He can barely drive the speed limit without fucking up.
listen, he's like me. He was a Jeff fan. Now that Jeff's gone, he's kind of like, I'm a lost soul. But I'm like, bro, find Chase. Just follow Chase.
You
You're young.
find other guys.
Just go with Chase. You're young. You could just watch him until you're
Yeah.
old, like I do with Jeff, and everything will be great. You know what I'm saying?
Is that even a fucking thing what Thab just said?
What?
NASCAR card break?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I-
down for
What?
NASCAR.
What is it,
cards.
pieces of-
I got
pieces of
NASCAR.
cars?
I got
Dude, I've got a
NASCAR.
whole box of NASCAR
Listen,
cards sitting
NASCAR,
right over there.
soccer, basketball,
Yeah,
football.
but what's like the
Pokemon.
memorabilia? Is it like a piece of the car?
No, you get jersey, you get helmet, you get all
Suits.
kinds of shit. The suit, the
I
boot,
didn't
the
think
glove,
about the jersey. No, it's
pieces,
not a jersey.
pieces
a
of the
racing suit.
tire. How about that one?
Pieces of a tire?
Pieces of a tire.
Used?
Yes.
That's kind
Like
of cool.
per race.
Yes.
It's not one of those like, oh, we did like a few laps in like a fucking parking lot.
Either way, it's used.
Yeah, I don't want the parking lot.
It says
I
race
want,
day
I
equipment.
want
All right,
real
so the back
race.
of the card will tell you race day equipment.
Yeah, race day.
So, like, literally, like, you get
There
out
you
of your jumpsuit and, like, okay, we own that, and we're going to chop it up into a million pieces and put it on a motherfucking card.
So, is there a one-of-one Steve McQueen Cars rookie?
Lightning McQueen, you mean?
Isn't it Steve McQueen?
Steve
McQueen was
McQueen
a
was
fictional
from a movie.
I know, but I thought the
So it's
car's
Lightning
name.
McQueen.
I thought it was Steve.
No, it's Lightning McQueen.
I thought it's Steve Lightning McQueen.
No, it's Lightning McQueen.
No, wasn't that from
Played by-
Cars?
played
Yeah,
by
exactly.
Cars. And it's your favorite guy that plays him, Owen Wow Wilson.
I love Owen Wilson.
Exactly.
Oh. No, I have a bunch of NASCAR cards, a whole box of them. Actually, I should probably break it out and look and see,
Shut up,
see
Sarah.
what's in there, because there's a ton of cool shit in there. I would definitely be down for some NASCAR cards. I love that shit.
You know what
I saw one of those an episode of one of those. I forget when it was one of those bootleg like Pawn Star shows, and it wasn't like one of the real ones. It was like I said, it was a knockoff one, like whatever. And this dude brought in an autographed race worn Dale Earnhardt racing suit. Like all framed up and autographed and everything, and it was from a win that he had. I forget what track he won at '97, but they took the suit and they framed it, and he had it, and he was looking for like $100,000 for it, which I was like, okay.
Jeez.
I'm like,
Wow.
that seems kind of like that was
Steep.
about what I was figuring. I mean, you talk about a race worn a suit that Dale Earnhardt won in, then signed.
Oh yeah, no, that's.
Oh, he
that-
won
that-
in it
that's
too,
big
okay.
Yeah.
Pitbull status.
So-
Okay.
You can tell, like, the two guys that come out and they're, like, looking at the suit and they're like, you can tell they have no fucking clue who Dale Earnhardt is. They have no idea about NASCAR. They even put up on the screen, Dale Earnhardt won the Indy 500 in 1998. I was just like,
Terrible. Do you mean the Brickyard?
and then they were talking
it's Daytona. Daytona,
and they're
yeah.
like, they called it the Indy 500. I'm like, you fucking assholes.
Yep.
I'm like, did no one even bother to fact check? Like, be like, hey, maybe we should get our shit together before we go and
No,
throw
it
this
wasn't
out
political,
on
so there's no
TV?
fact checking anything.
True. So then the guys come out, and you can tell like they got no clue, and they're like, "So we're gonna bring our expert in." And I'm
What,
thinking
you want
like,
WWE break?
Wait, no.
I'm thinking this guy's like a NASCAR expert, fucking clueless, dude.
Oh, of course.
Just a signature expert, and he comes over and he's like, "Yes, this is Dale Earnhardt's signature. You can see here." It matches this thing on my iPad, but she already had like pre-pulled up.
This
He's
is
like,
Mrs. Nesbitt.
he's like, and they're like, all right, what do you think we can get for it? And
Toy
he's like,
Story.
and he's like, what do you think it's worth? He's like, I'd say around $20,000. And the guy like,
What?
the dude just like looks at him like, what the fuck? And then the two guys are standing there, and the guy's like, this like dork with glasses. He's like, all right, see you later. And then just fucking leaves with his iPad. And then the other guys are like, they're like, all right, well, you heard our expert. I'm like, this guy's not a fucking expert. He has no fucking clue what he's talking about. They're like, well, we can't give you. He's like, and the guy's like, listen, dude, like, I'm not walking out of here with less than $85,000 for this thing. So unless you guys can get that, like, we can sit. And they're
Call
like,
it a night.
and they're like, all right, see you later.
Yeah,
and they
no
just
shit.
like go. I'm like, but it was hilarious. They had no fucking idea about NASCAR. It was great. 774-992-8702. Give us a call. Make sure you like and share the video tonight. We're running on we're running light on
Running on ass.
Listen, we're kicking it back old school.
kicking it old school. This is
All right.
pre-New Bedford days that we're doing
Kicking
here
it
in
old
terms
school.
of viewers. So
Let's not sell ourselves short. Our last episode before we kicked over was decent.
it was pretty good. But I think the problem is now people are so used
So
to
used to
finding
the
us on the guide
yeah.
that they forget that they got to like and subscribe to our show because things like this happen where I get thrown in Facebook jail for bullying
That's
and
right.
calling on
I
Facebook.
got an idea for latest.
Yeah, that was a real. I still can't believe I got
The
thrown in Facebook
overnights. The
jail.
overnights are gonna go wild. I got ideas.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This sounds more like a production meeting thing, but okay.
Yes.
Overnight oats.
Overnight oats.
But I was
Boats and
thinking,
hoes.
we should probably
Boats and
bring back
hoes.
trivia at least at some point. Not like to the degree we did, but we should do like at least one or two questions. Like get a caller to call in, challenge one of us to something once a
What
week
for trivia?
for trivia. I think like the 3-question, like the old school way we had it. 3 questions. Somebody gets up, leaves, ask them the questions, and
Okay.
best of 3. And then we'll have to do, in order to avoid any lengthy overtimes or 19-question marathons like Travis and I had that were stalemates, closest guess. Just like there has to be a closest guess question in everything.
So why don't we make everything multiple choice?
No, because that'll take too
No.
long.
Okay.
I like that.
No, it's got to be. You got to either know the answer. or
Then you
don't.
can guess. It's like a 25% success rate. I
Yeah,
like that.
right. Exactly. You got a 25% chance of getting it
Yeah,
right.
we'll bring that back down in front, man.
I like it.
Down
I think we
in
should do it
front.
because then we can give we can give shit away again. You know, I still have the list of gift cards and shirts that we owe people, but we're just waiting on shirts, and now we're waiting on the gift cards we had.
Gift
in
cards
the
we had
world
places are kind
are
of
they're gone. Another one.
Charlie Clownface.
Another one in downtown New Bedford, supposedly is biting the dust here in the next couple of days. So we'll see, but I'm sure it'll be all over Facebook. So 704-992-8702. Let's talk a little bit about the Chiefs and the Bills
Yes.
to wrap the show up. Why? What?
Oh, someone said, "Are we
we
talking?"
can talk a little Connor.
Someone
as well,
said we
too,
talking
after-
McGregor, and
well,
I was
we'll
like,
talk-
"Oh,
we'll
it's
talk
coming up
Chief-
next."
Chiefs Bills first, then we'll talk.
Yeah,
Connor,
well,
and
there's
we'll
not
take it
much,
out.
really not a whole lot to say about the Chiefs Bills anyway. I think everybody.
Well, I think
listen,
Sean's going to come here and say the one thing that he's been waiting to say.
What the? You shut down Stephon Diggs and the whole team's fucking trash?
I don't think they were trash. They were very much in that game until the end.
I'm gonna say this. And the one thing, as much as I like Josh Allen and how he's been playing this year, Josh Allen on Sunday reverted to Josh Allen 2 years ago, where he thinks he could just put up his arm like this and run backwards and escape a tackle and instead lose 15 yards.
But he almost did.
He almost did twice, and he still lost 15+ yards twice.
But at the second time though was at the very end of the game, and it was
Yeah, I mean, he
desperation
was just
time. It was like if he goes
But
down,
what's the one
game's
thing?
over, so
What did I
the
say a
yardage
couple
really
years
didn't
ago when he
matter.
was doing it? I was like, bro, you don't run backwards. You run to the sideline. Like, you're never gonna win backtracking. You're only gonna win moving to the
Listen,
side.
I'll keep my word.
Go ahead.
Josh Allen had a very good year. I don't believe in him still. I want to see how he is next year. If he comes out next year and he has another great year, I'll be like, you know what? I'm 100% wrong.
Okay.
Josh Allen's kicking ass. If he goes back to throwing it out there
look,
next year, I'm going to just shit all over
The Bills
him.
had no running game if your name wasn't Josh Allen. So their biggest running plays was Josh Allen 3 times, and then a wide receiver fucking end around. What do you call those things? There?
Jet sweep.
Jet sweep. Thanks. That was their 3 biggest running plays. Josh Allen twice, jet sweep from Gabriel.
Oh, well.
No running game. So when you do that, the Chiefs are now like, yep, we're just going to rush the quarterback and put everybody in coverage. Good luck.
I'm only worried about Josh Allen. I think that team overexceeded its expectations this year, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I saw that Buffalo team and I was like, listen, they're going to be a good team and probably compete for the AFC East. They ended up winning it. Good for them. But they were in no way they should have been a second seed from the fucking AFC. It was like a plethora of shit
They
fell.
fucking balled out this year.
You know, the AFC there was really like Kansas City.
Look,
like, nobody ran away with
It was
it.
supposed to be
It-
Pittsburgh,
It
and
was
Pittsburgh just
Pittsburgh, and then
died.
they just
Pittsburgh
completely fell on
imploded.
their face. Once Pittsburgh slipped up, which the Bills were part of that, gave the opportunity to Buffalo to
Right,
slide
but I
into
think
two.
to Sean's point though, there was no one that really ran away with it. Like Kansas City
Even Kansas City didn't lock it up
was
until the end.
Kansas City was trailing Pittsburgh by a game pretty
Yep.
much for the majority of the year until
Until
the
they
final
passed
like
it.
3 weeks of the season or 4 weeks of the season. Buffalo was right there within a game. Like everybody was kind of right there with each other. There wasn't any like
There was no big separation.
there
this
was
year.
right there.
No, I mean look at all the teams that made the playoffs. They were all 11-5.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like the Colts, like the Ravens, the Titans, like they were all like good teams that had bad games and good games, and you never knew what you were going to really get.
See, with Buffalo though, they had very few bad games, if any complete bad
Right,
games.
but I mean, look, Kansas City was 14-2, Buffalo was 13-3, Pittsburgh was 12-4. Like the two wild card teams were both 11-5. I'm sorry, 3 wild card teams were all 11-5.
Yeah, everybody else that made the playoffs was 11-5.
It just felt like a meh, like whatever. I just feel like Buffalo Buffalo should have never been 13-3. Like that was like their ceiling, and they nailed their ceiling.
Buffalo
Great for
should-
them.
Technically, Buffalo should have been 14-2.
Right, but again,
They should have
that
been.
was like let's see what they are next year. Next year, if they're again and they're
I'm gonna
competing
say,
and they're beating
I'm
the
gonna
shit
tell
out
you
of
this. I won't say they're gonna win 13 games again, but I guarantee you their worst record's 11-5.
Wait,
I think
way
they'll be
too.
11-5ish.
Dude,
Like,
way
worst
too
record's
early.
11.
I mean, we'll see what they do in the offseason too.
Right,
Like Sean
right.
said, they didn't have a running game. Maybe they go out and they get a running back. They,
Well,
they
Moss got hurt early. and he was a
solidify
guy
that
they
solidify that
liked.
aspect
Diggs
of
is
their offense.
going to
but-
ask for a new contract. I
No,
can.
Diggs is under
I
contract
can
for another
s-
3 years.
Julio Jones doesn't give a shit what you just said.
Stephon Diggs is not fucking Julio Jones.
You're right. He's just as big of a diva, if not worse.
I guarantee you he plays this year as it is, and then if he has another blow-up year, that's when he's like, all right, I want to get paid.
Dude,
telling you.
I'm going to show you an interview off air of like what Vikings players think of Stephon Diggs.
Dude,
No, it's meant in good fun,
I
but
know.
all the guys are just like, they're like, if you had a sister and they could date anybody on the team, who would it be? And then they said, who's the one person you don't want them to
they
date?
all
And
said Diggs.
every single person said Diggs, and they asked why, and they were like, you know. And then, but it was nothing like bad. It was just like he's just like
What
an
is it,
asshole.
because of that song? Fucking what's her name there? The new
Lizzo?
player on the Minnesota Vikings.
I don't know.
I know. I was wondering who she was talking about in that.
I mean, it had to have been Kirky because he was the new player on the Vikings.
There's a lot of new players in the Vikings.
Not when that song came out. That was
This
the big
sucked.
signing.
That doesn't mean that was the best. That's what you're talking about. They got 50 fucking rookies on the team too.
50. Wow, that's
Well,
a lot of
whatever.
fucking draft picks. God
15.
damn.
50 rookies in the
Their
team.
whole team's rookies. They got
Yeah.
3 old
Yeah,
guys.
they got at least 10 guys in the draft and a bunch of undrafted free agents, and
They don't
you don't know
know.
who
All right,
the
so
hell she's talking
back
about.
to the
I mean, look
Buffalo
at she ain't pulling no. She's not
She
pulling
ain't
stuff.
pulling no.
Huh? She ain't pulling no Stephon
She
Diggs. bro.
pulling the lineman that they signed that's on the bench.
Yeah.
She could pull Stephon Diggs with ease.
Oh, I mean physically, yes.
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
that
she
not
could
what you
probably-
meant?
She could tackle the shit out of him too. What's your point?
She can kill him.
It'd be like, you know what that is? Remember Baby D on fucking Friday? You don't know no Baby D like I know Baby D. She know about that all them new kills.
So what are you going to go back to the Bills and say?
No, I was gonna say back to the fucking game that we so spiraled off. I think, like Joey said, Buffalo was really in this game much more than anybody gives them credit for. Yeah, the first half the score didn't look great. I mean, they only scored the 9 points. They missed the fucking extra point. But then in the second half, they kind of figured out how to move the ball against this defense that knew they weren't going to run the ball. They just ran out of time.
We didn't lose. We ran out of time.
Well,
Famous last
that's
words.
a loser's
I
mentality,
mean,
Buffalo.
going in now on the other side of the ball, the Chiefs did exactly what you thought the Chiefs were going to do.
Do you know what would have been
Speed.
before you go into the Chiefs? What would have been so great is if Buffalo went to the Super Bowl, faced Tom Brady, like their biggest demon, and he beat them again. I would probably cry laughing. Like I'd be so happy.
I was
looking at the opposite.
legitimately like scared of that being the outcome. I was like, oh no. I'm
Dude,
like,
Buffalo fans might have just like killed themselves.
can you imagine if the Bills get to a Super Bowl and then they fucking end up like they're like, yeah, Brady's out of the division. Finally, we get a fucking chance. And then they get to the Super Bowl and Brady's like, hey guys, remember me?
I was the opposite side of that coin. I was like, could you imagine Brady leaving the East and leaving the AFC? Like, I don't have to face these teams anymore. And then all of a sudden he's like, fuck.
Dude, but I'm telling
why
you,
wouldn't you want to face these teams? He's like what 16-2 against the Bills in his
no,
career?
it's like 18-2 or
Yeah, but
18-1.
whatever it is.
This Patriots team wasn't his previous Patriots team. Let's be real.
Brady was
We're
like
talking about
fucking
the Bucks.
Thanos showing up. He's like with the fucking glove of the
Oh,
Bills, and Bill's like, God
stop
damn it!
with the fucking Thanos. So gay.
Dude, shut up. You get
So
it. You
fucking
get it.
lame.
It's the analogy.
He's such a fucking stupid
Snap your
analogy.
fingers. Do your
Fucking
stare.
hate
Just do
that.
it like you don't care.
And let's see Drew Lock put on the glove. Oh, it's empty. It's just a regular latex glove.
You know why I would never share a meme like that?
It's
Because I have-
Rubbermaid.
Because I have a penis.
So, anyway, Kansas City did exactly what Kansas City was going to do.
They hit the gas in the third quarter, and that was it. They left
Buffalo
in
played
the
soft.
dust.
They said, oh, look at Kelsey wide open all the motherfucking time in the middle. We'll just feed Kelsey until you press on him, and they'll go, oh, over the top of
Travis,
Tyreek.
fake-ass Rob Gronkowski, Kelsey.
Is going to get to square off against fake-ass Rob Gronkowski
It's the
one
real
more
deal.
time.
He's killing it.
Kelsey is killing it.
Kelsey is rewriting tight end's fucking catching ability.
Not yeah.
He's still not a tight end. Like he's I know what he is. I get it by position, but he doesn't block
He's a
anybody
wide
still.
receiver that's big and slow.
Yeah. Well, he's not slow at all.
For a tight end, he's fast. For a wide receiver, he's meh.
No, he's still pretty decent for a wide receiver. I mean,
I know, but when you're looking at the team of fucking cheetahs, he's slow.
I mean, he's not. Yeah, he's not Tyreek Hill fast, but you know, he's still pretty fast.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, so how does Tampa Bay, I mean, which we have weeks to talk, this was just a real quick tidbit. How do they keep up with all that speed?
I don't think they do.
They don't have to.
They don't have to.
No.
Why is that?
They're just gonna try. I think it's just gonna be a shootout. That goes back to my original point. Like I'm gonna hammer the over. I think it's just gonna be a shootout.
See, I don't know.
If it's a shootout, it's in Kansas City's favor.
Probably.
I think. Listen, I'm still unimpressed by Brady's play in the postseason. Like I know he's gotten the wins, and everybody's saying, "Oh, you're gonna be unimpressed? He fucking won."
3 picks.
You want? Yeah, but dude, he's throwing interceptions like it's just like.
And he's not looking as accurate as what he
And
normally
yeah,
does
he's
in the
missing
postseason.
guys
Yeah.
like bad, like you know what I mean. Like there's throws he makes and he just misses dudes. And I don't know, like with Kansas City, there's going to be added pressure for Tampa to air it out and keep up with that team and go blow for blow, score for score with them. I could see it very much turning out like the AFC Championship game did, where it's like, okay, 21-16 at the half, and you're like, okay, we got ourselves a game, and then Kansas City they hit that second gear, dude, and they just go. And that's the problem that people are having with Kansas City. I don't think the Bucs defense is good enough, and I don't think Mahomes is going to play one of those games. He's not going to have one of those 4 interception games, you know, where he's just trying to, you know, whatever. Like, and the thing with Kansas City now is, you couldn't say this. You had this reservation a year ago, but they've been there now.
Yeah.
They've done it. They know what it takes to win. They know how to win.
And they have
And-
the cast that can win.
That's the thing when you have young teams like this, and you see it. I mean, we saw it with Brett Favre's Packers. We saw it with, the Patriots won the first time, then they got dicked down in 2002, and then they went back. But they knew what they were doing when they got there because they said, hey, we did this 2 years ago. We knew it. It happened with John Elway's Broncos. Like, they had to get there and lose a few times before you learn how to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think the Chiefs have learned how to win. And I don't think there's going to be anybody on that Chiefs team that's just happy to be there. That's just like, you know what? Hey, we made it. We're back. We can just walk out onto the field and we're going to win because we're the Chiefs.
No.
I don't think that's going to be the case.
Andy Reid, all these players, they're looking like, all right, we are the next dynasty. We're not settling for no. This is us. This is what we're going to be now. And that's exactly how they're taking every game.
Yeah. I can see Kansas City putting this one away like midway through the third quarter, and you're just like, it's 38-16.
Which we'll break it down more next week as it
we'll talk more about it next week.
Thad brings up a good point. Thad says, KC can be down by 20, and the game's not over yet.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Mahomes can score in like
Case
6 minutes.
Case in point, look at last year's Super Bowl. The first 3 quarters, you were like, wow, San Francisco's going to fucking win this game. Holy shit.
Yeah, then he just blew it out of the water.
And then it was like, oh, they remembered they're in a football game.
Right, but then it's like if you remember the AFC Championship last year with Tennessee.
Yep.
As soon as Tennessee got down inside the red zone, and they couldn't punch it in and score, and they kicked a field goal, you're like, game's over.
Yep.
We were watching that game at my house.
Keep up with it.
And you were like, that's it. That's a wrap, bro. Kansas City's going to the Super Bowl because you can't kick field goals against Kansas City. That makes a great point. Yeah, you can be down by 20 and the game's not over if you're Kansas City because they can score in the blink of an eye. But if you're
Texans game before,
but if you're down 7, you can be down. You're down 7 to Kansas City. You're like, fuck, we're fucked.
Now, case in point, the divisional game against Houston the week prior to the
24-0.
They were down 24-0, and all of a sudden you're like, it's 31-24 going into the half? What the fuck?
Yeah.
It happened in a quarter. Because that 24-0 was 6 minutes into the fucking
Bill
first.
O'Brien was shook, and he was decided to call stupid-ass fake punts.
Shooketh.
And that's what happens. And don't get me
He was
wrong.
like, oh my God, we got to lead. Oh my God, we got to keep it going.
Could you not see Bruce Arians doing something like that and calling some ridiculous
Sean.
fake punt?
Because think about that wonderful coach.
If I can see that man get shot in the middle of the game, but they're at home.
Like, my knee.
Oh, can we talk about the stupid at-home thing?
Oh,
like it fucking matters. Like it's going to be 18,000
Even
bucks
though,
fans in
hold
the
on,
stadium.
let's be real.
They already sold the tickets.
Let's be real. The Rams did this back in the day when they played at the Rose Bowl.
No,
Nah,
that doesn't count.
It was around the corner from their motherfucking stadium.
Dude, the Rams, they had like 14 homes. Like
Back then, it was L.A. They weren't in
Yeah,
St.
I know
Louis
what you're
yet.
saying, but it's not the same. And it's all fun and well, and it's neat, and it's never happened before, and I guess it was bound to happen at some point.
Yeah, but this is like the worst year for it to happen, where there's no competitive advantage.
Right.
Yes, but this is the best year to happen because it's Tom Brady that did it. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's Tom. He fucking did it.
He did it. I'm rooting for him. Though. I hope he wins.
Go fuck yourself.
I can't. I have to.
I said it.
Look, I can't wait for next week when Joey literally has to make that tear decision because I hate Tom Brady. I hate Pat Mahomes.
I hope
fuck
there's
Kermit the Frog. I hope the field collapses in the first quarter with a 0-0 score.
I hope there's a tremendous COVID outbreak and they cancel the game.
See, the field collapses.
And they're just
before
like,
the kickoff.
well, we can't play the game. We're gonna have co-champions this year. We'll see you next year. Which I guess would be okay, but it'd be less than ideal, but it would still be better than Mahomes getting 2 or Brady getting 7. Because both of those things are
Which
true.
one is worse for you, though? Just split this. Just quick off the trigger. We can get into this more next week, but quick first response. Which one is worse to you, Mr. Fats?
Probably Brady getting 7, just because it's going to be so fucking obnoxious.
What, you mean Jeffrey?
No,
Yeah.
because so many people around here are just going to be like, it's 7 for us. Like, you know what I mean?
Right there, yeah, because everybody
what
around
I'm
here is
saying.
treating the
We
Bucks like
always
they're the
love
Patriots.
Tom!
Like you would have no idea looking on my timeline that the Patriots aren't in the Super Bowl right
I know.
now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what?
And then it's all the other people that are like, all these people coming out here and bashing Tom that never played football and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro.
I've been bashing Tom since 2001. I'm
Someone said
going
that about
to
Joey?
continue to bash Tom.
Someone said that about Joey?
No,
Oh,
no.
no.
I'm just seeing all these posts like everybody just bashing
And fuck
Tom.
you,
It's
I
like,
did play football, okay?
Oh,
No, I thought somebody
I
was
knew
talking
that
about
was
you.
going to come out. Oh, yeah, Mr. Sean.
Okay.
Did you know that I blocked this motherfucker?
Go on,
And I chased down this running back.
go on
in fucking practice.
NCAA.com and Google my name, bitch. Google me, bitch. Google
What?
me.
It'll say 4th string, 6th bench.
No, actually, it doesn't tell you where I play, how much I didn't play, which is good. It just says no starts.
Listen,
There's just zeros in the
Listen,
start.
that one time in practice when
No
I chased
stats.
that motherfucker down for a 10-yard gain,
Got him.
it was going to be a 2-yard loss, but I didn't give up.
So
I played offensive tackle. You
yeah,
dick.
that really bothered me. Like the whole everyone rooting for Tampa Bay this year. Like I said, I would only root for Tom if he gets to the Super Bowl. I have to keep my word. I'm going to.
No, you don't.
Of course I do.
No, you don't.
I don't
word
want.
is his bond,
I don't
man.
want. I don't want Mahomes to win.
Nah,
I mean,
see,
I don't want Mahomes to win either.
Listen,
and
but look-
either way, it's a loss for me. Like,
no, it's a win. If Tom Brady loses, it's a win for you.
Brady's
yeah,
gonna-
but then I got to listen to the fucking Mahomes fanboys too.
Yeah,
Like,
but you
and
know
that's
what?
my division, and it's Kansas City,
Oh,
and
look,
don't fuck
I
yourselves.
get it. Why do you think I said quick trick? I knew you were going to say Brady on the quick trigger.
The only thing that would, to me, Brady's won 6 Super Bowls, and that's all I care about. And then at the end of his career, you'll see all the memorabilia come out, and if he has 7 rings, you'll have him say 7. But like, I can't count that 7th one. It's like you have 7, I have 6. I don't have anything, but I have.
Bledsoe's got
6.
1, but you don't have 1.
Right, like
Exactly.
you didn't see like Colts fans coming out of the woodwork and being like, "Go Broncos!"
Yo,
No.
wait, orange!
Not one of them
like waving their flag.
And
I mean,
it's
there was a few, but it wasn't like
But
not
it was a
like
completely
this.
different situation. Peyton Manning was like, I don't want to leave, but you motherfuckers drafted a quarterback. Like, I'm out. Like,
Just so happened he got hurt, and Andrew Luck presented himself.
right. It's not.
Barely.
Tom Brady was like, hey, Patriots, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
Go,
and,
go filter fish. Go fuck yourself.
right. So yeah, Tom Brady told you to get fucked. Said fuck New England, fuck the Patriots. I'm bailing and I'm going somewhere else. Handpicked Tampa Bay. He was like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. You know, we'll get Leonard Fournette. We'll get Gronk out of
we'll
retirement.
Get AB, you know,
We'll get
just
AB.
Shady McCoy.
you
Let's
know.
go.
I don't like the whole. James White is probably definitely going to Tampa or Miami, which sucks. And then
Don't count out Tennessee.
no, he's not going to Tennessee. He wants to go.
Vrabel
He wants
loves
to
him.
go.
His expatriates.
No, James White wants to go to Florida to be next to his mom because his parents almost died. Like his dad did die in the accident, but his
Yeah,
mom
that's
lived.
true, right.
So
That's
he
true,
wants to go
right.
home. That's what everyone's saying, and he deserves it. He's a great guy. But Edelman thing, if Edelman goes to the fucking Tampa Bay, I'm gonna be a real
Bama
asshole.
Bay, huh?
I'm gonna be pissed.
We're all fucking up. I'm sorry I put
I don't give a shit.
my extra letter for no reason.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. Sean. I'd be pissed too. I'd be fucking livid. But it's like Brady told you to go fuck yourselves, and yet here you are, still on your knees,
Jeffrey.
slobbing his knob,
Jeffrey.
as if he's still, and you're acting like Tampa Bay is New England, and like it's just an
Nope.
extension of the Patriots, and they're in the
Nope.
Super Bowl. Like I have no idea. That's like yeah, I would root for Peyton Manning when he got to the Super Bowl with the Colts.
That's all I'm doing.
But that was because my brother was a Colts fan. Peyton Manning was my favorite player, and I rooted for the Colts. But whenever they played the Broncos, like there was never any question over who I was going to be more
Hey,
excited
Peyton,
about.
sit down.
Like I could watch, like I barely watched, like I could watch a Colts Super Bowl with no anxiety. I could never watch a Broncos Super Bowl with no
Yeah, right.
anxiety.
Same.
Like, you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna have any anxiety watching Tampa Bay versus
Doesn't
Kansas
matter
City.
who's on the teams.
Because you know what's gonna happen? Neither of these are my teams. I don't
Somebody's
give a
gonna
shit.
win. Somebody's gonna lose.
They're like, here comes the MVP, Dexter Jackson. I'm like, I don't even know this motherfucker.
Like,
I-
oh, good for you.
like, he's still alive? Oh, this is his grandchild? Oh, okay.
It's like, oh shit, he had a kid too. It's like him and fucking Winfield Jr.
Dude.
Like, what the hell is this?
Go ahead.
How much do you want to bet? If anything happens defensively for either team, they're gonna force an MVP to a defensive player, like Winfield. He's like, I did it for my dad, and it's gonna be some weird ass. I don't know. I
Like
can already.
Sorensen from
I can-
Kansas City.
No, fuck Sorensen. Sorensen's a try hard bitch.
Wow, really? He's a gym hero?
Watch me the Honey Badger.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
another pain in the ass
Oh,
too. What a tale of becoming like this college sweetheart who everybody loves. He goes to the NFL and everyone's like, dude, you're such a dickhead.
I liked him in the NFL. I don't know why everybody hates
and
him.
Kansas City's like,
You like him in the NFL?
I love him.
Dude, he plays hard.
He plays hard, but he's very bitchy.
He's a great player, though.
plays
I don't
hard.
care. I mean, you know, a lot of guys are bitchy.
Who cares if
Aaron
you're bitchy
Rodgers
if you
is
get-
bitchy. It doesn't.
Who cares if
Aaron Rodgers is straight up sourpuss.
doesn't even talk to his brother. Like that's
Doesn't,
his
doesn't talk
parents.
to his parents.
Didn't he bar his parents from Lambeau? Like, didn't he say like, no, they can't come to the
No,
game?
I think he said like, just don't even bother. Like, I don't want you there.
Yeah, and then they sit up in like the 300 section in the nosebleeds and watch all of his
And then
games.
he walks to the field. He goes, and
Yeah.
he just keeps walking.
That was Olivia Munn, though. I think she did that.
And that was Danica Patrick too.
Yeah, weird. He's got this penchant for just dating cunts, huh?
And he just lets him walk away anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, at least
It
Olivia
doesn't
Munn was
bother him.
hot.
No, it doesn't.
Hey, he gave like $5 million to the Barstool Fund for businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good on him. I mean,
And-
listen, I don't care.
Everybody's trying to be the next J.J. Watt.
I like Aaron Rodgers. I'm just saying. I heard he's just he's not much of a family man anymore. All right, let's wrap up this.
Wait a minute. That brings up an excellent point. If the sad thing is, if the Patriots make the Super Bowl next year against the Bucks, the same fans would be rooting for the Bucks because of Tom Brady. I'm calling bullshit. If you're rooting for Tom Brady against the Patriots and we're in the Super Bowl next year, shame on you. Just don't even watch the team
There would
anymore.
definitely be people like that.
Don't even watch the team anymore.
Look at how many people.
Yeah,
wait,
no, you know you would have. You
I
would
will
have
say
those
this.
stupid fucking split jerseys. It was like half Patriots, half
I'm
fucking.
gonna tell you this.
Kill
Look
me
at,
now.
look at
Yes.
all the people.
Which
this
that
year.
is the single most cringy thing you
If
can
you're a
fucking do.
mother of twins like the McCourty, she had like a half
That's
Tennessee.
different.
That's a
Excuse me,
mom.
sir. Time out. I have a Wizzles jersey.
What
So
the- a
fuck-
what?
So go fuck yourself.
That's so cringy, dude.
So I don't wear the fucking shit. It's framed. Like what the fuck?
Okay, but that
A Wizzles?
Wizzles.
I know Wizards and Bulls. I get it.
Really?
But guy, that is lame.
I don't wear the fucking thing, but I seen it. I was like, you know
You
what?
own it.
I'm gonna fucking hang it up.
it's pretty lame.
It's hung up.
Did you wipe your ass with it?
I mean, in Darkness's defense, though, he's not like a Bulls fan. He was just a Jordan fan.
Correct.
But I also just feel like that was really convenient for him. So whatever. I'm shitting on you.
You gonna let this man? You gonna take that from this
I
man?
don't give a fuck. He thinks Drew Lock was gonna be a fucking MVP. What the fuck do I care what he
Hey.
thinks?
Until we lost half our
Putting on
team.
the latex glove to wash dishes.
Legit.
Drew Lock is the truth.
And we're gonna.
Somebody
we're
is
not,
getting-
Hey, listen, like this, Sean. We're not gonna stop to reach the back of the teeth.
Rooter.
Rrrr.
Rooter. Don't stop till you reach the back of their teeth. Cavity searches, bro. Come on. Beavis about to do America. Do you not remember this?
We were talking about Beavis
Is
Sweathead
this a
earlier.
goddamn?
It's like 25
Wait,
years
Beavis,
old.
you hear there's a bunch of sluts down in Vegas. We're gonna go play some sluts.
Oh, slots as far as the eye can
Man.
see. I love that old lady.
If Dab is right about that, that would really piss me off.
Well, that was my point that I was trying to make.
On a
before we
personal
went on.
level.
Think of all the people this year going into the season that are Patriots fans that had a profile picture of the Bucks.
And didn't talk about the Patriots all year.
Bingo, Yahtzee.
Racist.
Hey.
Racist.
Yeah, no, I mean there has been more than a few. Like obviously,
it's funny, no.
people give me shit because like I'll change my Facebook profile picture like all the time, but that's really depending on who the Patriots are playing, and there's a reason to that.
Well, you're not going to do it now.
I'm not like it's not like if Drew Lock goes to I don't know say to the Lions in a trade or some shit, I'm not going to be like, well, I'm a Lions fan this year. Fuck this. Like I'm fucking all.
You,
about the
you know what
Lions.
you should do for the Super Bowl? You should change it to like the Lions or something like that. Being like one pride. That's your profile picture. Everyone would be like this. Everyone would be like,
They'd be like, what? I'm trying to get Stafford
they would
to
be
fucking
mad at you.
Denver.
They'd be like, oh, you think you're funny because you're not picking either team? They'd be so mad. 'cause
Somebody
you're
would be
not.
mad because they're like, well, now you're not going to jinx the team that you pick, you fucking asshole. Like, but that didn't. That
He's like,
doesn't
no,
always
I'm trying to get Stafford to fucking Denver. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna have a PC principal, and underneath it, one pride is your profile picture. I already called out his profile picture for the next. When he's out of jail, I'm back. PC principal,
Get some buys and some tries and a six pack.
dude.
Hey.
I know we're gonna get off air. Cringiest press conference ever? Yes or no?
I honestly didn't.
Which one?
I didn't think it was that bad. I don't know. I
talking
thought everybody
about
was overblowing it.
The
but-
Lions guy?
Yeah.
It was
He talked about getting knocked out like 15 times
Yeah,
and
I
doing
mean,
no
like,
damage.
No, I'm gonna say what this was.
Beat the shit out of us, but we're gonna bite your knees so bad.
Cringiest, no. Gase is still gonna be the cringiest.
He said
I mean, it was
gayest.
definitely odd. It wasn't cringy.
because
it was
Gase, he definitely wasn't on this planet when he decided to step in front of the microphone.
He was high on coke.
Case in point, awkwardest. Gase when he's sitting there, he's just like, oh,
With his eyes like,
oh look, you see that gremlin up there?
Dude, I was
oh
hoping.
my
he,
god, he moved across the screen.
I
Where
was,
the fuck did he go?
I was hoping that crackhead would be the OC for the Patriots. I'm not gonna lie.
I know you did because
Yeah.
he's a great OC, but he's a terrible fucking coach.
Is he a
Absolutely.
great OC though? I don't know.
I think he's a pretty good OC.
I would have taken the chance.
I would take the chance on him too, but I really think.
So
Pey-
yeah,
I really think Peyton
the
Manning
thing,
propped
the
him
only
up.
thing with the Lions, I mean, when he came on and he was just kept on saying about, we may get beat, but we're gonna get up. We may get knocked down, but we're gonna take a knee on our way up.
Man,
you know what? You may bite us and knock us down again, but we're gonna punch you in the throat on our way back up.
No, he goes, and we're gonna bite your knee, and then you're gonna knock us out again, and as we're crawling back to our feet, we're gonna bite your other knee, and then you're gonna knock us out again, and we'll go back to that first knee and take another bite. It's like you're doing little to no damage, and this man is beating the shit out of you.
On the way back up, we're gonna wrench your balls. Oh, I took it too far.
I didn't understand. I'm like watching this, like at no point did he say he's winning this fight or ever gonna win the fight. He just said, "You might beat the shit out of us."
But we're gonna get back up.
No, he stopped. He's already preparing Detroit fans. Like, listen,
You're gonna beat the shit out of us.
we're gonna take pride in taking that beating. We're gonna be the what's that first guy from Punch Out? The first guy you faced, something Joe. Glass Joe.
Is it
we
Glass? Yeah, Glass
We're
Joe.
gonna be Glass Joe of the NFL. You're gonna beat the shit out of us, but you're gonna know who we are and like it.
I like the Flamingo guy myself.
Don Flamenco.
Yeah, Don Flamenco was the man.
I liked Glass Joe because he would always just like talk mad shit, You know what I mean? Like he was just like
Even when you beat the fucking
he'd be
snot
sitting
out of
there,
him, he's all
yeah,
bruised.
He's all bruised and bloody. He's sitting there, he's like, meh, 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 meh.
Well, the Super
And you're just
Nintendo.
like, shut up.
Super
First of all-
Nintendo,
first of
come
all,
on,
it
come
was
on.
Regular Nintendo.
Yeah,
I
it
know,
was
but
regular.
then Super Nintendo the upgrade.
That
It
doesn't
was just as
exist.
fun.
That doesn't exist. Listen,
Regular
I got one of those
Nintendo.
little tiny Nintendos with like the whatever like
Oh, yeah,
retro
like
games
80
on it.
games on it.
Yeah, and I play it all the time. And I
still
played
have-
I played 2 games, Mario 3 and Punch Out.
Listen,
I tried Excite Bike the other day. That was fun.
Gotta let go of B. Gotta let go of B.
Yeah.
Listen, I still have my regular Nintendo. It's still hooked up, and I fucking love it.
I found my
Listen,
64 the other day.
Tecmo Bowl is life.
Dude,
Okay.
Tecmo Bowl was sweet, but I found my 64 cleaning out the basement
Oh,
the
I
other
got
day.
mine hooked up. But dude, you should see my living room downstairs. It's got all of them: Atari, Nintendo, Sega, fucking.
I don't know. I got
N64,
rid of
all
my Sega went. I think my parents tossed it.
PS1.
My PS1 I finally got rid of. I think when I moved out in like
Well,
2013.
I don't have the PS1. I have.
It was just in the desk.
Remember
It was in my
original
desk
PS
drawer.
That was like big.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got that one still.
yeah. I had like the gray one, right?
Yeah, the big one.
The gray one with the lid that popped up.
yep,
It wasn't. It wasn't that big. It was only.
Well, because remember they made the PS1, which was still that system but small.
Right.
This was the
Okay, yeah, the
original, like,
original
Fat Boy.
PlayStation.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I had that one.
Like-
I threw that one away like not long ago. I was like, why do I have this? Because
Oh,
then
I fucking love
PS3 came out and it was like you can play all your PS1 games on it, which I still buy. Like I have Die Hard
Kept it.
for PS1, but I play it on my PS3 all the time. It's fucking sweet. Remember?
Yippee-ki-yay,
There's
bitch.
firing in the terminal. And
I
you're
know,
just
for
like
real.
the arcade game. You're just running around.
Yeah, it was great.
It was awesome. You get the dual Berettas. And you're like, brrrr,
Machine.
just
bro.
fucking mowing down civilians.
Poor Dream Machine.
Dream Machine was a shit.
This is not my day. I fucking love that. So there's so many quotable things in that video game. Die Hard, the video game, was awesome.
Die
Speaking,
Hard to everything.
yeah, true. Speaking of Die Hard, we'll wrap it up here with Conor McGregor.
Ooh. He did not come back with a vengeance.
He did not. Nice. Did not come back with a vengeance. He did Die Hard. What was Conor doing in that second round? Because it seemed like he just was like content on just standing there and just trying to eat punch after punch after punch, and then he's just like, "Oh, I'm dead. Never mind."
Yeah, no, I mean, if you look at the second round, we had.
Everybody talks about the leg kicks, but it was the
no,
punches
but we
to the
put
face
the
that really fucked him up.
the video was up as it was happening. If you look in that sequence when he went down, he dodged the first couple punches, and then Poirier hit him with a nice right on the chin. And it kind of set him back. That was what put him into the cage at
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
And then you see McGregor, he was like back, he was left, right, kept on dodging, and then he got caught ahead on the
But
top.
it looked like he had room to. It looked like he had room to escape to the right and get back off the cage if he wanted to. But he just.
I really think he got too much into the head of a Floyd Mayweather, and he was like, "Oh, this is boxing. I'm gonna go this way, that way, this way, and hit him with a fist." And then he was like, "Oh, I went this way, that way, bang, fuck. Oh shit, I got hit again. I'm gonna stumble back. Douche,
But
fuck."
It's like he didn't take it serious.
Well, that's the
No,
thing.
I
I
mean,
think
if you look at him, he's trying to bob and weave out of it. He just never threw a shot.
somebody had. Well, he threw a couple. He landed a few good ones, and he almost got him. But Poirier kept his feet under him. Was it Poirier? Or Poirier.
Poirier.
Somebody, I forget who it was, because we watched the fight at my house on Saturday night. Somebody at my house, I forget who it was. Maybe it might have been Jared. He said that it looked like McGregor had no respect for Poirier's power.
Yes.
Like he just didn't think he was going to be able to knock him out. He was like, I'm just going to stand there and fucking use my face like a fucking cement wall.
He thought it was like an exhibition, it seemed like.
Yeah, just
He thought he was boxing.
well. Do you see? But the other thing too was usually when you see McGregor, he's talking shit.
No, there was
He's
none of
all
that.
over. There was nothing. He's like, I got much respect for this man.
And even after, look, even after
like,
the
we're
fight,
good
he said to me,
friends.
he's like, "I'd like to do this again with you, my friend." Yes,
Yeah,
we'll go over there
like,
and fight.
and I guess now we're going to get a third one because McGregor said
Obviously.
we're getting a third one.
Well, McGregor says he wants to have 7 fights a year for the next 2 years, then retire.
Well, his thing was he wants to fight X
All
amount
right.
of times this year so he can be ready for major
He wants to
fights
fight.
next
He
year.
wants to fight 7 times this year, and then 7 times next year, and then retire.
Mm-hmm.
That's his goal. And he goes, Dana takes too long. You know, he talks like those, and he goes, I just want the fight. He goes, give me Nate, give me. I can't even say the other guy's name.
Well, because he's sitting there. Good.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll give
Wait,
Conor.
Khabib?
I'll give
Khabib, thank you.
Nurmagomedov.
He's the best promoter.
Listen, but he said it himself. He was like, I took too long away. He's like, you can't be away and expect to be great still.
I don't want to hear excuses. That's
No,
not,
but
that's
he
not
came out and said it. He was like, I need to fight more.
I don't give a
want to
shit.
fight more.
I don't think he's
fight
giving.
more.
I don't think he's giving so excuses so
There's
much.
some
He's
truth to that.
just telling the truth.
There's some truth to that.
Okay, well, get fighting.
So guess what? If he fights 2 more
Well,
times,
get to it.
and all of a sudden
It's
the
your
third
fucking
fight comes
job.
on, you're like, there's the Conor McGregor I remember.
Yeah. He is the best promoting.
Oh, 100%.
Like, everything you see is all fake from him. As soon as the Dustin thing was over, he's like, this man's a great fighter. It's the best. Look at him. They killed me.
Proper number 12.
Yeah, have some proper 12 in the back.
The mountain man, the mullet man, definitely drink his proper number 12.
Mullet man, he looked like he was a three-legged lion out there at one point. That was fucking awesome. But no, that's the thing with Conor, and this is where again I come back to this about the UFC all the time. I love what Poirier did after the fight, calling out Khabib, calling out like all these guys, like saying like I want you, I'm coming
just for
for
them
you.
to be like, nah, you're getting Conor again.
He keeps
fine.
the sport alive.
Right, but that you need guys like that.
Yes.
Because once Conor's gone, I don't know who what's his name? First name Poirier.
Justin
Poirier. I don't
Dustin.
know. Dustin. I don't know who he is. I literally just learned his name on Saturday. I knew his last name, and I don't know who he is. I'm not going to tune in next month if he's fighting against some guy I've never heard of. Like I don't care. Like I'm not spending the $20 on it.
Same thing happened with Khabib. Khabib beat McGregor, and then you never heard from him again unless you were a diehard.
Well, Khabib was like, I'm only going to fight these 3 people.
Right, Khabib could be the best fighter in the world, and I've been told he is.
And you wouldn't know it.
I don't care.
Because
I
he doesn't
don't
fight.
care
Remember,
because
like,
he's
that
not.
was like DC.
There's nothing
Remember
entertaining
Cormier?
about him.
Cormier was like, yeah, I got the belt. I'm the greatest. I'm not fighting for 3 years.
He's
Go
not
fuck
because
yourself.
he's not entertaining. He's not a draw. Conor, I don't care if Conor is shit. Conor goes into
draw.
a fucking boxing ring with Floyd Mayweather, and I'm spending $100 on that fight.
And all because he knows how to talk and build up anticipation and builds the
Gets
fight.
you hyped.
Yes.
And as
Gets you
soon
hyped.
as that Dustin fight was over, he's like they told him like, oh, you're 22-5 now, and he's like, I don't care.
He's like, I've won 22.
He's like, line up the fights. I'll fight Nate again. We want to fight. He said something about weed being legal. He's like, he can smoke. And he's just making jokes.
I mean, I
It's
love
like,
Conor McGregor, and Dana White is an absolute fucking genius. And he's got because really the UFC is one of the only major sporting leagues or whatever you want to call it
never
companies
slowed down.
that really didn't miss a beat during the pandemic.
They sort of
Fighter Island.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi, whatever it is.
Right, but they that's a testament to Dana White and his genius as a businessman. And then no one's taking that away from him. I love Dana
The
White.
only thing you can say about that is
My
WWE. Vince
my
McMahon,
problem,
same shit.
yeah, my problem is not with Dana White. It's not with the promotion. It's not with anything. It's that there's no one there for me, the casual
There's no
fan,
more draw.
to fall in love with and be like, I love Conor McGregor. I'll watch every single Conor McGregor fight because I love him.
But guess
or
what?
if you're
Conor
on the flip
McGregor-
side of the coin, you hate him.
Conor McGregor's a year away from being done.
Exactly.
He's already there.
He
but
could
I'm
already
saying,
be
like,
done.
He's what, 32?
Yeah, he's younger than us.
No, I know, but he's 31,
Yeah,
32.
yeah.
That's ancient.
Anderson Silva had the longest career, and he was done by 37.
Well, Anderson Silva also the last few years was garbage.
No,
and couldn't beat
Anderson
anybody.
Silva's 42.
But like,
But I'm saying by 37, he was done.
but like,
he still
but-
fought,
But here's the thing.
but he was no
Name-
longer like capable. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Any,
Yeah.
Name any UFC fighter in history. No one has been like that. I started great. I ended great. Nobody's been Floyd Mayweather.
Right. That's what
yeah,
happens
but
in the
nobody
UFC.
is Floyd Mayweather.
No, but I'm saying like you need that
mean
one
Conor McGregor?
person. You need one person in UFC history to
He's
just
not
be
even ending great.
to just
He's ending shitty.
you want one person.
Sean's
that goes,
saying like who started good and ended good.
like
Nobody really does.
Yeah, but-
Floyd Mayweather. That's it. Rocky Marciano. That's it. Like,
yeah,
I
but
mean,
even people would argue that he didn't because he fought Pacquiao 5 years
then-
too late, and
granted, he still never lost.
somebody will take it away from him. I get it. Yeah, I'm with you. I think I agree. Floyd Mayweather's the
But
only
that's
one.
it, Sean. You got it's not like basketball, football, something like that, where you have a team to carry and all that. This is a one-on-one thing. Guess what? As you get old, Oscar De La Hoya was
I
fucking
know.
great, wasn't he?
I
He got the
100%.
shit beat out of him 4 years in a row in the
But-
last of his career.
To go back to what Joey says and what people say all the time, UFC has a hard time
does.
sustaining stars.
Yes.
All their big marketable people: Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar, Randy Couture, Chuck
They
Liddell,
lose, and then they're
Tito
done.
Ortiz. They don't know when to stop. They get embarrassed, and then everyone remembers them getting embarrassed.
Yeah, but Ronda Rousey wasn't even there for a while. She just lost bad, and they were like,
She lost like 2 fights in a
Right,
row.
she
and
got her
everyone-
ass. She got knocked out by Holly Holm, and then Holly Holm went and lost to that
Misha
other.
Tate, I think she
and
lost
then-
to too.
Misha Tate lost. Yeah, that was a bad one.
And then no, Holly Holm lost to Misha Tate, didn't she?
Yeah,
Wasn't
but
that
then
Holly
she-
yeah,
Holm's
but that
next
was
fight?
after.
Ronda also lost to her as well.
Okay, sure, but I'm just saying, like, Ronda was like this huge draw for the longest time because she was dominating the shit out of this division. Then she got one girl who was a stand-up
Yeah, but she
boxer
only had 10
and
wins.
knocked her the
It's
fuck
not like
out.
she was, like,
right,
fucking-
but she was hyped up. But she
But-
was at least interesting. It was an interesting
She
story.
main evented over men
Oh,
that
I
had
know.
been in the sport for longer, and she
Yeah.
was like, she was the draw.
Right.
But that's what I mean. Like the star power. Like these stars. Like I want someone to go like 15-0 and be like, I'm done, and then that person's gonna be like, damn, look who this the company had. They had this person. They retired early. Everyone goes too far in the UFC, and they get their asses kicked.
Well,
and
because I
everyone's
think
like,
I think in the UFC it's hard to gauge when you
When you're done.
hit that point when you're done because you're in the gym, you're
Fight to
training,
fight, bro.
Right, you're still fighting, you still
you
want
could
to
fight right now, and 6 months from now, you could be done. You have no idea.
Right, and it's not even the fact that you're done. Like, look at Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell could still fight when he got knocked out by Rampage.
Yep.
But when you get knocked the fuck out like that, like,
He's like, why do I want to do it?
Your confidence goes away. Whether
Look at
whether
Rampage.
whether
Look at
whether
Rampage.
they'll admit it or not.
Rampage went on a great 3-year run, got his fucking clock rung, and he was like, yeah, I quit.
No, he went off the fucking deep end. Remember?
Yeah,
and
and,
he
then,
went to
and then he
Hollywood.
came back and he went to
Pride.
Bellator.
It was Pride.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
whatever, I don't
But he
know.
did the Bellator for a little bit, and then he was
But
like,
my
yeah,
point is
They
that
beat the shit out of an Asian dude, and everyone was like, calm down.
again, the UFC is gonna now they come back with stars. To their credit, they do keep coming up with stars, and they do find a guy. Maybe this Poirier guy is the next great guy, which I already like what I see out of him, which is shit talking, calling people out. I like that. No one will be Conor McGregor, and I'm not going to hold everyone to Conor McGregor's standard. I don't know anything about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't know anything about Muay Thai. I don't know anything about fighting. I don't care. I don't want to know. I don't even. It doesn't interest me. It's not what I do. What I want to do is be entertained. And if Brock Lesnar's fighting, I loved watching Brock Lesnar. Why? Because it was an anomaly. It was a freak show. It wasn't supposed to happen. He wasn't supposed to be able to go into this sport and actually be good at it, and he was. You know what I mean? Like, Conor is just a shit talker. He's sitting there and, who the fuck is this guy?
Oh, we
like,
have so many great sound bites.
you know what I mean?
Conor.
Like, he provided you with that
By the way,
entertainment.
you never gave us a great live balking.
Bark, bark.
Sounds like the Cadbury Bunny.
I know.
That's coming up. Bark.
Yeah.
And then the
So
line,
it's like-
That's
"Bwok!"
probably where I stole it from, to be honest
Probably.
with you.
Probably the line, "Bwok,
I was just going on
bwok."
this rant of like how everyone was up the Seahawks' ass, and I was like, bark, bark, bark. I don't even know what a Seahawk noise makes. It's like,
Yeah,
bark.
that's pretty much
Yeah. What noise does he see? I think that's exactly what you said,
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Jesus, that was like, what, 6 years ago? 5 years ago?
No, longer, like
2014.
7.
6 years ago. 2014.
7 now.
7. Fuck, you're right. It's 2021.
Speaking of which, what episode is this?
Not
600.
that one yet. This is number 292, I think, or 293.
All right, we gotta stop pumping. the
Yeah,
tires,
so
man.
we're almost to our 300th episode, so that'll be fun. But let's wrap it up, guys. Let's get up out
Wrap
of
it
here.
up, box.
It's been 2 hours here, almost on the dot. So thank you, everybody, who tuned in. We appreciate you. Make sure you like and subscribe to Row One Seat One Facebook page. Check out row1seat1.com. Got a great Aaron Rodgers legacy article up there. It just went up today. Sean and Keith will be putting up stuff in the next couple days.
Be on
And
the lookout
we got
for,
plenty of other things, good reads on there too.
and be on the lookout for cutting cards
Cutting cards coming up.
soon.
And cutting coke. Oops.
Wait.
Cheesy.
We're not talking about the back room, Sean.
All right,
bitch.
we're going to get up out of here, guys. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next Tuesday night on New Bedford Guide, 8:30 p.m., where you'll be able to find us. But we appreciate you all for chiming in and getting on our page. Make sure you like and share that shit. And we will catch you all next week. Peace.
Peace.
Bye, guys.